So the majority of what happened last time is after your night of people trying to murder you, you eventually departed Sandpoint to head towards Magnimar. Upon arriving in a new city, you were accosted by the guard outside the gate. Before the misunderstanding was resolved, talks about how there's been murders in Magnimar with the 7-pointed star on people's chests, being murdered brutally. A lot of people who have been murdered have been like corrupt merchants, politicians, generally greedy people. You managed to get a visit. Emanuele and Gogmert did with the mayor, Haldmir Grobaris, who Emanuele was completely fallen for the bait about how he was like waiting for someone as competent as Emanuele to show up to resolve these murders and stuff before it gets too much more out of control. Gogmert, though, was kind of seeing through the bullshit. You could tell that this was done to many a person, and Emanuele's just another in a long string of suckers. The rest of you, I mean, a lot of it was a shopping day. Lucilla and Ris'sh went to the Pathfinder Society, got approval to become society members, which in game terms gave you a benefit of a Wayfinder as well as an upper limit maximum to magical items should the need arise. Some visits to museums, wandering about the town. The day when Emanuele and Gogmert went to go see the mayor, Lucilla, Ris'sh, and Ephixa. First, the ladies went a little bit of shopping. Then they went and saw the cage maker that made the cages you found in the Foxglove Manor. And he, after being bribed heavily, gave the information of where the person who bought it, where he was to deliver them to, which coincidentally is really close to where you came into the city. It's right near 34, but not quite there. It's just off. It's in the Grand Arch District there, but it's a little off of that plaza known as the Star Silver Plaza. They gave you the equivalent of an address and everything. And we left off there for you all to reconvene. I imagine you set a place to meet.
Yeah.
I'm not going to beat your balls over that. Or bust your balls, beat your balls, whatever.
Yeah. do something to
them. But yeah, that's basically all that happened unless anyone else can remember anything I forgot.
I don't know if you mentioned Fix going to the slums.
Yeah, I was going to say.
To that part of town.
Yeah, Fix immediately made a beeline to the bad part of town.
Like, without fail.
Like, yeah, did not beat around the bush at all.
You take a small town girl to a big city.
Oh yeah, Emanuele met an old friend. They spent the night together. I don't remember.
Yeah, they you met an old friend and then decided to essentially get high with your friend during the day. When you all met back at the inn you had decided to meet up at. Emanuele was already there, like half coming down from the whole thing.
Sunday.
Who had a set of arrows with smiley faces emblazoned where the points should be, which turns out to be arrows that can cause the hideous laughter spell. So that's fun. And I think I got everything now.
Yeah.
Possibly a breaking and entering into a museum at a later time, but that's up to Gogmert as the game progresses. And on to the question. As you have kind of witnessed in the game so far, Ancient Thassalon had a penchant for connections to some sins, like the 7 deadly sins. So this is a little bit different. I'm going to go down the list of each character, and everyone else but that character is going to tell me what you think is the sin that represents that character. It's going to be like a consensus of the rest of the party.
Ah, okay.
So, starting on my notes, the first one was Ris'sh. So, the rest of you, which 7 deadly sins do you think Ris'sh represents the most? If you need a refresher, I can tell you what they are.
I got one for Ris'sh. This is going to be a little bit different, but I'm going with the classical interpretation. I'm going to say gluttony.
Yeah. I was going to say either lust or greed.
Gluttony as far as for knowledge?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, gluttony doesn't have to mean food.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, greed
greed
was also greed or covetousness.
Yeah.
And they also, she covets knowledge. But gluttony's good because she does kind of get drunk with it.
Yeah. And also, I always kind of interpret greed as like wanting to keep it to yourself. And like Ris'sh does use the magic, but she just wants to have the most of it. And usually be the first in line.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
That's my read anyway.
Okay. Going down the list from there, what does everyone think Lucilla's 7 deadly sin is?
It's kind of similar. It's definitely not slothfulness.
No.
Not wrath. We'll
Maybe
leave gluttony over here.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards pride and knowledge.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Pride.
I don't have any strong feelings on this one, so pride works.
Pride works best. Though this one might open up a can of worms. Emanuele.
Y'all
He has a
never
lot of
agree on this one.
So are we looking at lust?
I think it would be
Which
pride.
one?
I think
Yeah,
pride above all.
Yeah, that's easy.
I mean, I based him on one of the sins.
Jumping down now to Ephixa. This one might be a little harder because, like, the most good character probably.
I don't know. She gets pretty wrathful.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
The wrathful smiting of evil is still a wrath.
The wrath of the righteous, you could say.
She just shows up there. Another character beefs it.
I mean, not impossible, technically.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, when she goes into combat, there's some sin there. She started swinging away at those sons of bitches, and I've heard her cuss a few times.
So wrath it is, it seems.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
And the piece de resistance, Gogmert.
Goblin.
I'm gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say envy.
Envy's a good one. Wrath would probably be the easiest one, but envy, he does seem to like covet what like a lot of the Longshanks like and have.
Yeah, I could see more envy than wrath because he's a firebug that won't give two shits about lighting something on fire. But
you can even make an argument.
It's just I just like seeing destruction.
I think wrath always, at least for me, always seems like it's a certain degree of like vindictiveness. It's the reason why I never consider the orcs from Warhammer 40k evil, because I never get the impression it's personal. It's just what they do. It's like hating a tornado, you know. Yeah. But I would definitely say envy, because I sometimes get the impression Gogmert sometimes wants things specifically because he doesn't have access to it. Which is,
I could agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you really think about it, greed, gluttony, and envy are very much overlapping. But
I mean, you could even make an argument for pride for Gogmert because he considers himself the best goblin.
That's a good argument.
But envy does seem. I do like envy the most. I think.
Yeah,
Gogmert's a couple of these.
Pride tends to be the default one because this makes a compelling argument that it's the base that all the others flow from.
And just like that, we are back into the game. So you all meet up. We'll say you meet up at one of the squares, probably this one here that's near where your inn was. Probably be your meetup point.
Which was our inn?
God, make me check my notes. How dare you?
If you don't mind, I'm just going to mark it on the map when you say.
I'm just having to open up a tab. I didn't think I was going to have it open up today. It is the Scarlet Raven.
Oh, that's in Lowtown, isn't it?
It's like
No,
right
it's
here.
down. Yeah.
Oh, it's Hightown. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're called.
There were some ones in Lowtown that you guys found out about, but it's not the best of places, especially when you get near the docks.
Is this one not numbered?
It is not numbered.
Okay.
A lot of the inns are not numbered. In,
I'll just say it's that one.
Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, you did hear some choice, like when you were asking around. You get the sense that when you did ask around in the lower area portion, you got a lot of people recommending one place in particular, but come to find out it's mostly a whorehouse known as the Shucked Oyster. But it also functions as an inn as well.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I have to say I've been reading on Port Peril in the Shackles because I was thinking about pirates again this week, and I guarantee the city is much friendlier than that one.
You arrive at the inn, the adjective noun.
No, I see what you did there. Took me a second there.
So what you all doing?
Well, I think we have another B&E planned.
I will say, since some of you probably forgot, you do have a key with the emblazoned insignia of the Foxglove family. You found it on Alderin's person.
That key could be to anything.
Could even be to a boat.
Yes.
Oh, as a heads up, it looks like it's gonna storm pretty heavy over here. So if the power goes out,
Okay. I'll be right
I'll
back.
make sure to kill your character right when that happens.
okay.
And on a high note.
Yep.
I would be very interested to see what boats have keys in this universe. Magic boats.
Actually, yeah. Would it be possible to? Well, I guess see if the Foxgloves have any ties to the city, like not like the individual, but as far as like the family history of nobility and all that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. You'd either do a diplomacy to ask around, or you could do a knowledge history.
I'm back. What I missed? Sorry.
All right.
We could check the library.
I'm gonna try knowledge history real quick. That's probably not gonna cut it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, fix it.
Somebody need knowledge history?
Yeah, Fix is trying to figure out if the Foxglove family has any ties to Magnimar, rather than just the individual, and kind of keep it broad to not make it too overt.
Yes. Give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure because I think I can take 10s on all history checks. So let's see here for a second. Yes. I'll just make this easy, and I can always take a 10 on history checks because of a trait I have. So that would be 23.
Okay, so you do learn a little bit. Give me 1 second. So you know that they have been a minor aristocratic family in Magnimar and Ris'sh since its establishment. It wasn't one of like the founding families of the area. People you know of a lot of the founding families of Magnimar and by extension Sandpoint are people like the Kaijutsus are one of them. Amiko's family. The Scarnettis. A lot of the families from Sandpoint in general are all the Deverin family that was also in Sandpoint. That's the mayor. Her family is a noble holding that all were like the founding members. The Foxgloves have been around a long time, but not quite as long as that. So, but they've never really like been the heads of anything important, if that makes sense. They've
Yeah.
just been nobles because their name is nobility, and they have enough money to flaunt it, but nothing beyond that. And then, other than what you already know, which is the string of murders that or deaths that happened in the family that you now can attribute to what happened in the manor going back generations.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a broad, or sorry, different accent. So we have a broad sea to search. Do we have anywhere particular to go at this point, or are we just wandering aimlessly?
Well, we could go check out the Foxglove house here in the city. We got the address from the guy that we bribed.
Oh, where's that at?
Oh, it's down over here.
Yeah, it's right around this area. Like, it's not numbered on the map, but
Okay.
I mean, if we're up here in this square, then we're just down the street. It's like, let's just pop over there.
Yeah, sounds great to me.
like, yeah, it's about, I don't know, 2,500 feet. So
10 minutes.
Oh, also a reminder: we have a stalker from last session.
Yeah, I did forget to mention that. When you guys were sleeping during the end, Gogmert had seen what looked like an elven man. You couldn't really get a solid view of the face, but you did see the pointed ears from the side, poking out of the cloak.
Well, we can't have more than one session go by without Ephixa having a stalker of some kind.
Wow. Okay, never mind. Change Ephixa to pride. Just about her.
Hey, that left an impression on her. Like, I don't feel comfortable about guys
You don't
anymore.
know. The elf could be a scaly.
Or it could be Emanuele's date rapey elven friend.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Or it could be both, and it's just into the snake.
Oh, speaking of which, I'm definitely going to go get the snake from the stables now that I have permission. Just because he likes the attention around town.
Well, sounds like we're heading towards the gate anyway, then.
Yep. So yeah, you make your way down the way. You show your paperwork to the guards, and you see him kind of looking over, and he's like, "Hey, Frank," and he like holds it up and shows to the other guard. They kind of just chuckle and like, another one, right? And then they're like, "Okay, go get your pets," and they let you go through, retrieve your snake and your 2 cats. And they basically just do the rigmarole of guards being like, "Now you be careful not to frighten anybody too bad. Don't hurt anybody with these, or we'll have to arrest you. Yada yada."
Don't worry, they'll only be used while on official business. Juan Corleone is trained in the utmost techniques of Malthunian racing snakes.
Your snake has a last name, I say in character out loud, because I think this is the first I've heard it.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate where it's coming from.
It.
The mafia boss snake.
Yep.
Just when you thought you're out, he pulls you back in.
The guards just kind of dismiss you. They don't really. It seems like they just kind of want to go continue on with their day without having to do too much. So, typical like 9 to 5 kind of guard job. Like you've all seen the stats of guards in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Fucking people can wipe the floor with them.
Oh yeah.
I kill one just to make a point.
To establish dominance.
They all brandish their swords, and not a lot happens.
It's even worse in 2nd edition, because I didn't realize that in 2nd edition, your AC, you get a bonus depending on what armor you're proficient with, where you add your level plus a fixed number depending on your skill. So your AC exponentially goes up to 20, and since there's no natural 20 automatic hits, it's 100% possible for something just to be impossible to damage if it's bigger level than you.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's got like 35 AC. So guards are even worse than that one.
So what you're telling me is high level 2nd edition is essentially Dynasty Warriors.
Yes. No, really. Like if you get to like level 11 or something, I physically do not think guards could stop you if they tried. Like it's implied a lot in 1st edition, but you could say attrition or something because natural 20s add up. No, like it seems as though they just will fail. That's a tangent.
Are there mob rules in Pathfinder 2nd edition?
I'm sure there is. I have.
If not, I'm sure someone's made them.
I'm just been skimming it recently, like some of the background systems, stuff like that. Out of curiosity.
So yeah, you do make after you get your animals, you make your way through the Star Silver Plaza, which is the empty space right here, and you start heading towards the address that they gave you, which is more or less in this general area here with all the houses and everything. And you do come across the address that is described. The building itself, it's a rather nice building. It's about 3 stories tall. Though you have noticed the windows on the ground floor have all been boarded up. You see the back of the building kind of outjuts into like an alleyway connected to a bunch of different housing area. And the front door is just looks to be shut. Don't really see much else.
Is this in a nice area of town?
Yeah, it's in like the new money area, so it's the places that have like the newer buildings, but it's the place where like merchants and minor nobles go.
So there's probably a half dozen letters about those boards lowering the property value from the HOA.
Oh, I'm sure. God, Hoas can
because nothing says free country like your neighbors telling you to tear down a tree.
Or they can make you sell your house.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's not get on a tangent about Hoas. Those fucking things suck so bad.
I know. I love ranting about them. Because people own homes always try to then defend it because they don't want to be wrong. Anyway, let's break into this place.
I guess we should try the key first. Maybe the house is a boat.
Wait, is there a big board over the door?
Looking at it, the front door doesn't look to be boarded up. It's just shut. Okay. It's just the windows on the first floor that are boarded up.
Yeah, that would make much sense.
It's very possible the Foxgloves just kind of fell on hard times, especially considering the fact that they historically owned a murder house.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can get in the front door.
You go up. I imagine one of you tests the door.
Yep. Knowing me, it'll be me.
Yeah, you test the door. It is locked.
Mm-hmm.
One of you does have a key that you think might go with this, but before you can even put it in the lock, you hear from inside, "Hello." A woman's voice comes out. Is someone there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh,
I look. I turn to the rest of the group, and I mouth, "What do we say?"
Well, I certainly didn't expect that.
Excuse me, I'll be right there. Let me just tidy up. And you hear a little bit of rustling, not like a ton, but enough like some plates and stuff being moved. Before the door opens, and you see a Varisian woman, a very familiar Varisian woman. You've gotten the name before. You see Ayesha Foxglove at the door, greeting you all.
Is this the lady that's talked to us twice?
This is the one that you saw, the Revenant on the attic in the Foxglove Manor, who was the wife of Aldern Foxglove.
Maybe twin?
Can I help you? I'm sorry, I don't know any of your names, but...
Wait, so we think she's dead?
We're pretty sure she did.
Jeez,
yes,
you look alike.
My name is Emanuele Depardieu of Malthune. We've been on the trail of some goings-on, and it's brought us here to this household.
Oh, well, I'd be happy to help you. I mean, come in. She kind of motions you in, and you hear her shout, Aldern, we have company.
And Emanuele stops right there and looks at everybody else and goes, don't we know those names?
You just see me take off my backpack, slowly reach in and pull out some holy water just in case.
And I look at Fix.
Some fresh drinking water that I will drink.
Fix would wait for the woman to turn her back before doing a detect evil.
Okay, you detect evil. And you detect evil.
Fix would look at the others like, Yeah, shit's going on. These guys are evil.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Well, we have a bonded mind, I'll
Yeah.
have you
I
know,
know.
GM.
I was just joking.
We could exchange thoughts via looks.
Yeah.
Hey, I can joke around sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep. Oh god, she's got bonded mind too. Get her.
That is a question. Can someone else that has a bonded mind that is an enemy pick up on your bonded mind?
I believe it said only allies with the feat. So it's interpreted.
That would be a weird loophole, though.
That would. It
Now,
would
if
would
she's
be
a
a
telepath,
terrible
then
Yeah.
game over. Yeah.
What
it
if?
would be like
Oh,
that
I
feat
can
from
already.
the end of the second
It would be
Sherlock
really
Holmes.
fun to utilize that as like the party has a stalker that is like learned so much about their.
Right.
Yeah, I would agree.
Or a former party member comes back as a bad guy, but still has the bonded mind feat.
Yeah,
Yep.
that checks out.
Or you can make an evil PC who has bonded mind and just wanders around a giant town like this trying to pick up conversations.
Anyway, so yeah, she heads back in. There's like a little entryway and another door that she kind of heads through and holds the door open for anyone who wishes to come in.
Yeah, does she seem, what's the word, tangible? Like she's touching the doors and opening them? Her hand isn't going through it?
I'm not even gonna make you roll perception. It does. She is touching them. She is turning the handle and walking through. You hear her footsteps tap on the wooden wall, the floor. And she just goes on through. And she kind of just looks at you all smiling, like a little confused that you're all kind of just hesitating at the doorway. But
Fixwood. If nobody else goes in, Fixwood lead the way.
I'll be right behind you,
Yep, Emanuele will go on in.
casually palming some holy water.
Ease.
Yeah, you all enter right around the same time to see Aldern Foxglove, the same man you remember seeing almost picturesque perfectly from when you went on a boar hunt with him. He has his hand kind of in his coat, like you know how it's buttoned up, and they'll put like their hand between the buttons to kind of do that, like holding their hand in place.
Colonel
kind of
Sanders.
yeah, and it's like, oh, hello, it is welcome to see you all, my friends. What brings you to Magnimar? And as he like steps down with a little skip as he walks down.
He's acting as if he remembers us.
Yes, he is.
Time loophole. Aldorn, we've come with a few questions. It's good to see you again. Love what you've done with the place.
Oh yes, we had some tomfoolery and some burglars. We had to board up our downstairs windows, unfortunately. I am sorry about that.
Understood. Ruffians will be ruffians.
But they all welcome you in. It is a smaller room, but yeah.
So what have
you
you
guys
been up
wanna do.
to since our hunting trip?
Oh, I've just been doing my merchantly duties, trying to raise money for, and he kind of like talks a little bit about like he vaguely talks about some of the stuff that you remember talking to him about.
Yeah, but
Like the stuff that
trade.
he did as a profession and trade.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like,
And that
Come,
was
come,
really
sit.
the
We have
only
some-
time
we
we
have
spent
some tea.
time with him, right?
yes.
Well, apart from when we saved him from the goblins.
Yeah, but like in terms of like
Yeah.
socializing and
Yeah, that's
stuff.
true.
So, first I would like to have a sense motive from everybody, since
Yeah.
you all seem rather on edge anyway, so it just seems like the right time for it.
So, Aldorn, why'd you fake your death? Why is your wife a revenant?
So, do you have a twin brother also named Aldern?
And your wife has a twin sister?
Very-
Literally, I've only seen that set up on an episode of Gilmore Girls.
That
I had a
means their,
boss.
children would be genetically siblings.
So, the good news is you all do know that there's something wrong about this picture.
Mhm.
But none of you don't know really what. Gogmert, though, your goblin senses are tingling. There is something wrong about this picture in more ways than one. So I'll say Gogmert will not be in this room right now. He's kind of like still in the entryway.
Sorry.
I imagine Emanuele and Lucilla, or not, Emanuele and Ephixa are the ones talking. They'd probably be closer to the individuals.
When they explode.
No,
Of
but
course.
they're in this like little dining room area that they have like that's directly inside of the entryway, and like, please, would you like some tea? And they kind of motion to the table.
Oh, no, we are in quite a bit of a hurry. Thank you, though. But after just a few questions, we do have to be on our way. Official business, you know.
Oh, yes, of course. And
I'm
they, like,
curious though. Why are these out of character? You said that the lower windows were boarded up, right?
Yeah, they said vertical.
Okay. I'm curious why you have your lower level boarded up. It seems odd for somebody residing inside.
What they had said before is like, oh, some ruffians came and broke some of our windows, so we boarded them up before they broke any more.
Gotcha.
Though when you do Emanuele and Ephixa, when you do get into the room, their demeanor, while still friendly, shifts a little bit. Emanuele, I'll give you a second sense motive for reasons I'll tell you in a second.
For reasons that paint a very familiar picture.
But I will bring you over to this page as you see two of them lunge, one at Emanuele and one at Ephixa. And their forms begin to shift.
A little bit.
I'll have you know, the second that lady opened the door, my knee-jerk reaction to say, "Can I throw holy water?" But just open up the door and splash.
Excuse me.
So I won't consider these flat-footed because you guys were on edge. But they will be at a +2 for basically surprise.
That works.
This music work?
What level are we? 7?
I believe so.
Yeah.
All right, guys, keep fighting them for Fireball.
So first one is going to be against Ephixa. Second one's going to be against Emanuele.
They'll misfix.
Miss.
Just remember you don't have any buffs on in case your ACs are wrong. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You said the first one was against fix, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emanuele's up to a 22 AC.
Okay. I'll fix your max then because it still says 21. There we go. Yeah, we'll go ahead and start some initiative. You see these creatures morph into similar creatures, Emanuele, that you remember Amiko shifting into when she visited your room the other night.
It's more of the assassins. Doppelgangers.
Actually, I believe they were faceless stalkers. I believe I succeeded in knowledge roll.
No, it's not the time. They're enemies.
There's always time to be correct, Emanuele.
That was just too perfect.
Let's see, I think that's everyone on the initiative, or did we miss anybody? Nope, Emanuele's still not there.
Sorry. Yeah.
And just for this fight in general, I'm just not having the animal companions because that is a tight squeeze. They won't be able to get in anyway.
No, get him in here. Let's pile in. No wiggle room.
Okay, so this one near Ephixa is going to faint on Ephixa.
Okay.
This will be again. I can't remember how fainting works in combat.
It's against CMD.
Sense motive.
Oh, is it sense motive? Okay.
Yep, it's bluff versus sense motive.
It's either your wisdom plus hit die or your sense motive.
Yep.
So I believe that makes them flat-footed for the attack, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. Tell the end of their turn.
They have the improved feint. I just forgot to look that up before this.
That just adds the +2, like normal, and doesn't provoke.
So this one will be against your flat-footed AC, which I think will still probably miss.
I believe so, yeah. Let me see. That's weird. My flat-footed AC is 21 somehow. When my base AC is
sheets
20.
don't calculate it very well.
Okay. So minus armor.
Either way, I think if flat-footed would count your armor, I think
Yeah.
your armor is higher than 12.
Yeah, I got like +6 from armor and shield.
So you're fine.
Okay.
Gogmert. Your goblin senses were correct once again.
As they always are. Alright, Gogmert is going to cast Flame Blade.
As you do.
So, then we'll use one of my... Actually, let's... What
By the
level
way,
is Flame Blade?
I will say while he's figuring that out, the next book I'm gonna have the stat conditions and stuff better organized. I actually didn't really feel like re-uploading it for this book.
Yeah. It's really annoying because you can't like move them around. You have to delete them and then re-upload them. It's very...
Yeah. I'll probably ask one of you guys if you guys have the zip still because I lost mine.
Yeah, I still have it, but I think Kenneth made the original Pathfinder one.
Yeah. I can probably just go back and look at the stuff we have. You use your standard action to make the blade, and you have it for a number of minutes.
And I'll see where I am for right now.
Gotcha. The other stalker is going to... let's see. This will provoke an attack of opportunity from Ephixa, but it's going to go through you guys' threatened area. It's difficult terrain for him because he's going over the table, but he wants to get into a more advantageous position. Oh, damn.
Oh, damn!
That does confirm.
Critical
50 points of
mistake.
damage. Too bad he wasn't the multi-attack, because 2 crits in a row, damn. It takes a slice out of the flesh that kind of wobbles and changes into different skin tones before it recenters itself, and then turns and takes a swing at you.
Okay.
This will be at a +2 because flanking. 24.
That'll hit.
Okay, so what's the damage on this? This is 1d8 plus 7 plus 4d6 for sneak attack. Take 29 points of damage.
Ouch.
And you take 1 point of con damage. And remember, if your con goes down, your maximum hit points go down as well. Just temporarily, of course, to heal it, but... So that will be its turn, as it is Ris'sh's turn.
Well, the perennial fan favorite, haste.
Woo! Fist.
Mm-hmm. Don't think I'll be using my movement this round.
Fair enough. Essentially, you feel this arcane buzz go through you as you are now quick as greasy lightning.
All right.
Were you going to say something else, Kenneth? I forgot it.
Nah, just mumbling about the effects of haste to myself.
So it's +1 to attacks as well, right?
Yep.
All right.
Actually, extra 1 on a full attack, even.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Fix will look at this one and go ahead and smite him. Don't have anything snappy to think of off the top of my head right now. A little tired. And then I'll full round attack or 2-weapon fighting and all that good stuff.
Hit, miss, and hit.
And then, I forgot to apply the smite damage. Sorry, or the smite buff.
No worries. It's it reduces the to hit, or does it increase the to hit?
It increases the attack and increases the damage. It would increase the to hit by 5. So that would be a 26, 18.
Okay, so all of them hit.
Okay.
And it adds how much to each damage?
6.
6, 7, 25.
And then
7. I think.
Yes, and then an extra scimitar attack for haste. And that one's properly that is properly adding the smite for that.
I'd hope so with a 35 to hit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that one's looking pretty rough.
Am I able to 5-foot step here?
No, it is difficult
Okay.
terrain.
That's why I figured with the table in place, but thought I'd ask.
Besides, you could.
It's how they tried to lure you into this room,
Mhm.
and while I was playing it up there, they were trying to invite you in for tea and all that.
Right.
Besides, now you have flanking with the one behind you there with me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Emanuele, what you doing?
I'm gonna delay until after Lucilla.
Gotcha. So,
I'm gonna move action, pull out my whip, free action, call my dagger in my hand, then standard action, begin my naturalist bardic performance.
gotcha.
So thankfully you entered the whole buff in the buff section for everyone, so that should be pretty easy
Yeah,
to apply.
I believe everyone should still have the buff added to their seat. So, And now Emanuele's go.
And now Emanuele will take a 5-foot step back, use a swift action to invoke his animal focus on his dexterity. And then take a move action to give combat advice to Ephixa if he contacts this one. And then covering fire to Ephixa if this hits.
I forget. When you fire an arrow, if there's someone in melee with you, do they get attack of opportunity?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one will take a swing at you.
Unlike it doesn't foil like spellcasting, but they do.
That misses.
That misses though, so you're able to fire.
All right, and he gets 2 attacks from haste, right?
Only if you do a full round attack, I believe. And since
You only
he's a move
5-foot
action-
step, didn't
He's
he?
a move
okay.
action.
Right.
Oh yeah, I guess the move action does count as even if it's not in it.
Yeah,
Actual
you have to
move.
make a full attack to get the extra,
Gotcha. Well, you live and you learn.
and that hits the one on the far side.
No, this one right here that he fired at.
Okay, that one will take a penalty, but I think it will still hit because
33 is pretty high.
yeah,
Even
Yeah, it was a fairly high level feat that Asteri had that negated the melee.
Yeah, you can't. I can't get that until like.
I'd go look it up.
Normally,
but
like,
that high
level
of an
11.
attack roll. That's
Mm.
to really worry about. Okay. It is back to the first stalker's turn. It is going to try a feint again because it's not having any luck with hitting you right now.
Versus fix.
So sense motive, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be against your flat-footed,
Mhm.
which will hit you for 19 more damage.
Right.
And it's gonna stay where it is. It likes, flanking buddy.
Mhm.
Gogmert.
Alright, Gogmert's gonna move in.
It already took its AO out of this round, so it's good.
Oh yeah, in that case I'll move here.
It would have provoked either way because you had to go through one of its threatened squares.
I think he was just meaning he could get away with going farther.
Yeah,
If it's
without being attacked.
Good news, no combat reflexes on these ones.
Yep. Then I will lay down my flame blade on the one that's already damaged. So touch attack. 20. So 7-5.
Okay, the one on the right's looking very wounded. This one's gonna go. It's going to focus fire on Ephixa, but miss horribly.
Mhm.
And it is Ris'sh's turn.
And all in on the buffs on my lower level ones. Well, no, I still got one magic missile memorized. Said the far one was looking damaged.
Yeah, it's they're both looking a little damaged, but the one on the far side is looking very hurt.
Okay, so the far one. Okay, I'll go ahead and upcast that to 9, which I think gets me the final missile. Yep.
So 9, 12, 16.
Sounds right, yep.
Yep, you open your palm and you see these missiles fly out and they all just converge and just explode the thing's head. Any movement, or are you going to stay put again?
I feel perfectly fine in this corner.
Ephixa.
So remind me, what all buffs do we have? Does Fix have?
If you go up to your conditions and buffs at the top, there should be a naturalist bardic buff that Richard put in. And if you just check that, that will be everything from me.
Yeah, right under where it says Pathfinder role-playing game in the top left.
Yeah.
If you click on buffs, it brings down a drop-down menu.
Does yours not have it?
I'm seeing power attacks, medieval guidance.
For some reason, yours doesn't have it. So I'll add it real quick.
Okay.
It's +2.
I'm surprised haste isn't on here.
Yeah, no, they've all got to be entered manually for this sheet.
Alright.
And then you'll have a +1 from haste, but we don't have to put it in for that. You can just add the +1.
I put it at the bottom there. Alright. And the first attack will be with guidance as well, so additional +1 for that.
Gotcha. Although I believe this one's not smited. It was the other one that was
No, it's not. I removed
You do have
that
flanking,
buff.
though.
Oh, yeah. So, like that. Anything from combat advice, or is that just AC?
I did hit, so you've got a +2 on your first swing against that guy.
Okay, so this first attack will have a +3 on top of what I roll.
Gotcha. Hit. I
And
believe
then
you have one more attack.
Yep.
So 2.
And then do you get one from haste?
That's
That
what
was the
the
one.
additional. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. You just swipe through. I'm surprised you don't get the second attack from your shield when you're multi-weapon fighting, or do you have to get the higher feat for that?
I think that's a higher feat.
Gotcha. Yep. Still solid blows. You just lay into this thing.
It is hit by upsetting shield style.
Gotcha.
How low is this thing looking?
It's definitely looking more than blooded.
Okay. Then definitely no way I can finish it off. So I'll do instead, I will take my whip and I'm gonna try to trip it.
Go for it.
Let's see. That'll
not
be
trip.
15.
Still will not trip it.
Actually, hold on, let me check something because I don't know if that's incorporating my. Does my bardic add to my CMD as well? CMB as well? Oh, let me see.
I will say either way, it's not going to succeed. I'll just tell you, it's CMB is 24.
Okay, that's fair.
You
That's fair.
can figure it out,
Just
though. But I'm just letting you know.
It just says attack roll, so I guess that's not CMB.
Yeah.
Weird. Feels like it should, but whatever.
Yeah, we can look it up later.
No, I copy pasted it. It just said attack roll, so it doesn't apply. It's just me as the game designer griping about it. So no, it's all good. So yep, I completely failed to trip it with my whip.
Gotcha. Although, don't when you try to trip it with it and fail with a weapon, you have to either drop it or trip yourself.
Whip is a trip weapon. You do not drop it, and I have improved trip, so it's all
Emanuele.
it's all good.
Emanuele's going to 5-foot step back, and this time give covering fire, which is a free action, which is the +2 AC to Fix. And he's going to get a full round attack.
Hit. And go ahead and describe your kill.
So as he's shouting out orders from a minute ago, as he desperately backs away from this thing that he's terrified of because ladies in his room have all turned into this, he's still shouting out orders, and Trying not to stumble over himself as he's backing away, horrified, and he's just letting out as many arrows as he can. Ding, 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 ding.
Get 3 arrows just embed into this thing's flesh. And it drops.
Good job, everyone. Good job staying calm. Seems like we've encountered these before.
Right, Emanuele? You were having a moment there.
No, nothing.
So I guess it's possible that our stalker from last night could have been one of these guys.
Definitely a non-zero chance.
Elf-like ears.
I don't know about Stalker, but definitely proved that whoever we're after knew about Aldern, and he knew about them, perhaps.
I'm going to use 2 uses of lay on hands on myself.
Probably a good idea.
Took a bit of a beating that.
I mean, if you... never mind, you're right. Otherwise, I was going to say I could cast Cure Wounds on you, because
I mean,
it's easier for you to use Lay on Hands in combat than it is for me to cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, we can't see your health bar.
I'm
Seems
still
black.
just over... Here, let me...
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and reveal this floor since you guys are probably going to be exploring anyway.
Yep.
Did we ever buy that Cure Light Wounds wand?
I believe you did. I don't think you used it much, but I knew you did buy one.
So, that's my health after I used lay on hands, so there's still a good amount left.
All right.
Who has that wand?
I don't.
Well, I think it would either be... It would have to either be Lucilla or Ephixa, because I think they're the ones that can do Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
I think it's
Emanuele
Gogmert.
can.
Gogmert can do Cure Wounds as well.
I think
go.
Gogmert has it, actually.
Because I remember you bought it after Thistletop,
Yeah,
but you just
I think
haven't really
Gogmert
used
has
it
it.
much. So
11 hit points there for you, Fix.
Oh, that's nice.
I also have 8 lesser restoration scrolls if you have con damage.
Yes, I do have 1 point of con damage, but...
you actually would technically have 2, but I forgot
okay.
to tell you the other one.
Okay.
Well, I think lesser restoration heals 1d3, right?
1d4, 1d3, yeah.
1d3 plus 1? Or 1d4?
Restoration. Heals 1d4.
So you get
Yep.
both back.
So I needed, thank you. Feeling much better.
Gogmert, do you have that wand? The Cure Light Wounds wand.
I don't have it marked on my sheet, but if we want
Now
to
I'm questioning, was there a wand? Because didn't you end up
You
buying
guys,
a bunch
did buy one. I do remember you guys went to town.
Yeah,
And
I
bought
remember
one.
we got one.
Alright.
And I know you haven't used it much, so I'll just say it's a fresh wand. But just go ahead and on your inventory for Gogmert, just put wand 50 out of 50 right now, and then just reduce whatever uses you have.
All right.
Because I imagine, I cannot remember a time you guys have used the wand, but I do remember clearly you guys buying one.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just give Fix one more Cure Light Wounds. I don't use my spell slots for much else. That's another 10.
That's
I got
Just-
good rolls.
that's just shy of full, so I'll definitely take that.
Okay. I think we realized I could use a wand as well with just the take 10 ability now.
Mm-hmm.
It may make more sense for you to hold it then, since you're the only one without an action to cure.
Won't be helpful in fights, though, because can you take 10 in the middle of a fight?
Yeah,
No.
No.
Can you?
it's the
He
Yeah.
can with his skills.
it's the arcane savant skill.
Oh, okay,
gotcha.
yeah. Oh, it's like my history checks then.
Yeah, always take 10, doesn't fail on a 1, it says.
Nice.
Well, all right, gang. Let's split. Let's spread out and look for clues.
You have 2 dead bodies of these faceless creatures that I will just tell you now, there's nothing on them. They're just piles of flesh at this moment.
Disgusting. I'm pretty sure this leads to the information we need.
Inside, you find a rather dusty closet full of brooms, mops, and buckets.
No skeletons.
And there's a joke there,
check this
Emanuele.
way.
I'm gonna make sure the front door is closed before we do anything else.
Be careful, could be more of them.
Looking around, Ris'sh, looks like it's a just like an office room. Doesn't seem to be used quite often. It does, like, all the drawers have been ripped out and thrown across the floor. There's ink blots on the ground of where an inkwell has been knocked over. A quill has lied, crumpled, and broken to the side. It looks like it's been searched through, and anything that might have been in it has been taken.
He shot back through the door. Look like others have searched house before us.
That's surprising. I'm gonna pop into this room with Fix.
It's just a almost like a living space. Like it has a fireplace there. It has like bookshelves. The books, like, despite the picture, have been thrown all around the house, the room. You see some remnants of burned books in the fireplace. Nothing looks to be of any value. You can roll perception if you like.
Yep.
So yeah, you guys comb through some of the books. A lot of them are just due to like the trends of finances in Magnimar. Very mercantile books. What seems to sell more based on what time of the year it is. Past sales for like the years. You do see some mildly trashy romance novels in some spots of it.
I could use those books you were just describing.
Check what year those records go up to.
Oh yeah, sure. Let me grab you one, Emanuele, and I find like the trashiest romance novel I can find. Compared to my Drow erotica, where does it land, Richard?
No.
Compared to Drow erotica, this is like the equivalent of Twilight in terms of quality and of amount of smuttiness. So not very.
Oh.
It's not the great. It's one of those like tween, like, you can tell Aldrin didn't have the best taste in romance.
You can do better than this, Emanuele.
As
No,
Fix's sleight of
the
handing
economic
one
reports.
to kind of tuck it away. Or whatever title would catch her interest the most.
Do they have the lusty Argonian maid in there?
Unfortunately not.
I think that would be spicier than Twilight.
Yeah.
Also, can I just say, because of jokes from Sons of Damerhall, I hope that Drow erotica becomes like a snurb thing for our group because
Right.
it's hilarious.
We'll see in the next campaign.
Yep.
5v1. Why is Oryx's room filled with Drow erotica?
It's not a face. I'll pop open this door then.
Just leads into the stairway going up to the next floor.
What is there a back door there? It looks like.
There is a back door. If you test it, it seems to be won't budge. You can vaguely make through the seams of the door that looks to be some boards boarded up on the back door.
Oh, I have to do what that every single video game character in exploration games do, is they try the door down, it goes, and you go, jammed. Why is half the doors in all these adventure game mansions always jammed? I have never found a jammed door in real life, but they're everywhere in video.
Sure, we've been jammed.
Shitty rogues that don't know how to lockpick still try lockpicking.
I guess head down the floor.
Fix will be right behind.
It's because you can't design every room in the office building, okay? It's not like it's your job.
So as you make your way to the second floor, where the first floor had at least some semblance of trying to keep things hidden from like immediate entryway, this floor is just completely trashed. What looks like to be an upper like smoking room is just destroyed. Papers, books, glass, everything is everywhere. The immediate room you first enter, there are some what used to be probably rather nice paintings have been thrown off the walls, smashed open, and like the paper pulled apart. Seems to be they were looking for something. In another room, the bed, like it looks like a guest bedroom, has just been like cut open into being dug through, and just like the hay and like cotton and everything just pulled out of it.
Is there any way to determine like how long ago all this happened, or is it like is this a recent thing, or is this?
Do me a survival for that.
I'll just give a perception to look around the room in general.
Looking around the room, you don't really see anything of value. Like everything that is on this floor has been thoroughly destroyed. Books have been either pulled apart and shredded. Anything like pottery has been smashed and sifted through. You see some what look like to be old like house plants have been like pulled out and like pulled apart. Ephixa, looking around, you think maybe this like just maybe it's been less than a week, but that's about as best you can tell.
Okay.
With how much debris is just everywhere on the floor, it's really hard to get a determined sense of when.
Yeah, and it's not like it's blood that you could easily determine, oh, well, it looks about this old based off how long it dries.
No blood on this floor for sure.
Well, they were trying to find something, and if they're still here, they probably haven't found it yet.
I believe we call this the place getting tossed.
I assume you're heading up to the next floor?
Yep. Because
you asked before you revealed it?
Yep, based upon your description, it sounded like that was pretty much the entire second floor.
Yep. This floor has also been rather ransacked, though not quite as torn apart. The beds have been cut open. And there looks to be a chest that has been opened up, and anything that was inside it has been ripped apart and ripped out. Though on this floor, anyone who wants to go ahead and roll me perceptions.
Oh yeah. The only one so far that I've gotten a bad roll.
So looking around, you don't really see much of value, but you do notice one thing in the when you go into the other room, that's the master bedroom. There are two roaring-looking lion heads on each side of the fireplace mantle. And you know that you look at these heads and they match fairly closely to the key that you found. Like the crest of the lion is on the handle of the key. Like it's very similar in terms of like a roaring lion.
That seems as good of a cue as any.
Rolling over the perceptions, if you were to go inspect them, on the lion head on the left side, you look down and you see a small keyhole.
Is maybe something here if we use key?
Yeah, worth a try.
Wait, guys, where's Emanuele? Bum bum bum.
He's still in the closet.
Flashback, Emanuele's on the first floor going through the books.
He's putting some books away.
Economic trade secrets.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke, but I'm still locked in the closet down there.
I will say, Emanuele, the rest of them don't really think much of it, but these are actually really well kept notations and information about the trade of Magnimar. Like,
yeah, this is like a
essentially
lifetime's worth of research.
It's like almost like a farmer's almanac of trade, and there's like multiple volumes of it, and like multiple books that talk about like the fish trade, trade of metal and goods like that, and trade of armaments. It's pretty much
He's in there making a
merchant's
big
wet.
stack of them.
And also, you do know that if you were to sell these to the right kind of merchant, you could probably get about 50 gold per book. And the ones you find about 6 books in total that have this much information.
It's
Whether you
perfect.
sell
Just
them or
think-
you want to keep them, they're very well
Just
cut.
think what his lord father would think. If he
9
came back with
generations.
these.
9 generations of focus groups died to make these books.
They didn't have to die. We just killed them.
Yeah, well, obviously.
But yeah,
We in the business world call that profit maximization.
don't have to pay them if they're dead.
Yep.
And ensures the secrets stay secret.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I imagine one of you goes to unlock the.
Yep. I'll say I do it. That's the
Lucilla,
first
you will have to either get a chair or get someone to boost you, as it is about 5 feet up.
I mean, I'm 3 feet tall. I might be able to edge that in. It's not gonna
roll me. And
this is very fitting for my character. I'm gonna try to do it without a stool first, and they're just gonna see me.
This is
they're
very
gonna see me
halfling.
fail.
Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics to kind of teeter on the mouth of the lion as you reach in to unlock it.
All right, here we go. Let's do it. Nat 20.
Come on, natural one. No. Yeah, you just grab the big tooth on the one side of the face and you lift up like you're doing a one-handed pull-up, which if it wasn't for the fact you're so light, this would not be capable of someone with your strength.
Yeah.
But you lift yourself up and you just push it and unlock the what looks like to be a hidden cache, and as you unlock it, you're able to pull what looks like a small dresser thing out. And it is a small wooden cache. With it looks to be a pouch as well as several rolled pieces of parchment.
Come check out the goodies, everyone.
So inside the bag is 200 platinum pieces. Indeed, the paperwork is a few different things. The first one you find, which I actually have a handout for, is you find the deed to Foxglove Manor. Show to everyone.
Yeah, who wants to own a haunted house?
It indicates that the Foxglove family only financed 2/3 of the manor's construction 80 years ago. The remainder was financed by a group called the Brothers of the Seven. And it bears a rather unusual clause near the end that says after 100 years, ownership of the Foxglove Manor and the lands within a mile around and below revert to the brothers. And it is, in lieu of a signature, it is emblazoned with the sigil of Magnimar.
Okay, actually, when would that 100-year mark be?
It's about it's about 80 years since this contract has been made.
Okay.
So it's still about another 20 years before the contract is up.
So they paid 2/3 of the money to lose it later.
More or less.
Yeah.
It's called a ground lease.
Also,
Well,
you can't imagine the Lich is going to need it much if he thought it was going to succeed.
Well, yeah, and any humans that were involved within it were banking on themselves being dead, and what do they care about their future generation? I say in character. Listen, halflings don't live much longer. This is not coming from a place of superiority judgment. I'm just stating facts of how people think.
In addition to that note, which is substantial on its own, you also find in these paperwork nearly a dozen entries that have been labeled in the past 3 months. It's like a ledger known as Ayesha's trip to Absalom, each indicating Foxglove was paying someone referred to as B7 200 gold pieces a week for her quote-unquote trip, dropping off the payments every oath day at midnight at a place called the Seven Sawmill.
Well, once again, this is all in character. I don't think it takes a member of the Sleepless Detective Agency to put together that B7 is the Brother 7 from this deal, and that the 7 Sawmill is most likely connected.
Does seem like next logical step.
And feel free to slap me, Richard, if I was getting wrong here, because I remember correctly, we already knew that there was 7 Runelords of Thathalorion, right?
I believe so, yeah. I think that's...
Because we
Like,
figured
you
out one of them
like-
was a Reed.
If anyone who has studied Thassalon, that'd be pretty common knowledge, and since you speak it, you probably have studied it quite a bit.
Yep, yep. With all my bonuses I intentionally give myself for history.
Yep.
So working theory here is, guys, we got Brothers 7 Runelords of Thathalorion, the 7-pointed star that's been going on in these murders. I think we got ourselves a Rise of Ancient Civilization Doomsday cult.
Yes. Given that these are third face stealer we fight, we may want to prepare before go investigate this sawmill.
Oh yeah. Also,
imagine Emanuele would be walking up around this time. So, did y'all find anything interesting?
Found the deed to Foxglove Manor. You want to go live in a haunted house?
Absolutely not. But would you like for me to read it over?
Yeah, it's fine. They're losing the house in 20 years anyway.
Ground lease setup? I assume.
Okay, listen, I don't have so much pride that I don't mind admitting I don't know what that means.
Well, he has a background in economics, so he would actually have read these things before.
I said that in character. Like, Lucilla's a adventurous person, but she was born on a farm and then was just like ground level cheating.
Yeah, well, let me take a look. It's not very exciting stuff, but I had to pour through these. I did a little stint on the economic board approvals, and yeah, it says right here that it reverts all grounds within 1 mile and below. That's odd.
Well,
I've never seen them stipulate that 1 mile below the building should revert.
How far down did
Perhaps
that?
maybe a dungeon around here?
Well, no, Foxglove Manor is the haunted house that we investigated and fought all the ghouls in. Underneath was the moss ledge.
Yes, we know that was down there. Maybe is also another one of wells under city.
Apparently not impossible.
If it's
are we not in Foxglove Manor right now?
Yeah.
No, this is Foxglove Townhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Foxglove Manor was the mansion we were going
Which
to.
also, you find paperwork, this is a rental.
Well, they're not getting their deposit back.
Yeah. Like, in rental as much as they paid for it for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
So it's essentially theirs until it runs out, but it's definitely one of those things that if they find out he's dead, they're just going to cut their losses and resell.
So
gotcha. Squatters' rights, everyone, grab what you can.
In European countries, it's pretty common. Like, old families will not give up their land, but they don't want it to just sit empty, so they'll agree for 100 years you can build a house and live there, whatever, but you're not taking the land. Like, we still owe the land, so in 100 years we can knock down your house and take it all back. And a lot of corporations do it too here, like Longhorn always ground leases and then pays and builds the building. And if you own the land, they rent the land from you. And when their lease is up in 25, 50 years, you get a building.
I wonder how many more years we have until we go full Warhammer 40k and you can get a loan and it just has to be paid by your bloodline in the future. So you don't have to accept the consequences, but your grandchild does.
God, they already try to get people to buy into
Dude.
the thing.
I
They
know.
already try and make families repay the debts of the estate.
Mhm.
Yeah, but by the way, if you're a child and your family owes money, you don't
Yeah.
have to pay it back.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but you'd bankrupt the estate if they had anything in there you wanted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But I'm just saying, like, if you come from a poor family and your
Mhm.
family like owed a bunch of money and then they want you to pay it, you have no obligation to pay that.
Yes, that's correct.
Something I very much enjoy is when fiction writers try to come up with like a really dystopian idea, but then it just turns out it's something that already exists.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of
Yeah,
my
these-
favorite things from the Ravenloft book is in the like Frankenstein themed world. There's a university where people can sell what they call their flesh rights to, where they can get paid if they basically let their bodies be experimented on after they die. And that sounds all scary, but that's just donating your body to medical science,
Yeah.
but you get money.
Yeah, or
That-
putting
that
on
just-
your driver's license that you're an organ donor.
Yeah, I'm like, that's just something that exists. That's not dystopian.
Which the organ donor thing, before I could drive and got a driver's license, I heard a comedian say, I don't want to put that on there because if the president gets shot in the kidney and then they like find me after a car wreck and they go, oh, his chances are slim, but his kidneys are good. Do I really want to have an organ donor on there? Because they might like go take a sandwich break, come back. Oh, he's dead now. Let's get his kidneys, save the president.
Wasn't that a Mighty Python sketch where they
I
literally
don't know
just
what it was. It was some
knocked
comedian
on
I
a
saw.
door and the guy opens up? They're like, "Yeah, you are on the list for heart donation. Yeah, after I die. Yeah, not after you die. What? Yep, you should read the card more closely." and then they just push them in the other room and they just start having a conversation with the other character. We just hear the screaming in the back.
But yeah,
Yeah.
those property laws. They are something that did exist. That's where the whole concept of like indentured servitude
Mhm.
comes from, where you're just paying off debt from your family who died.
So, in character, all I'm saying is that if we want books, bedding, chairs, anything, like, loot away,
Is there any using his snobbish eye? Are there any fine silks or
There's
nice,
some paintings downstairs.
nice velvet upholstered chairs?
Did anybody add the 200 platinum to the party loot?
I do
Not
not.
yet. It's on a notepad yet.
Okay. Again, just making sure we don't double up on adding it or forget about it.
I put my books in my inventory.
Back in Carpeden, the Carpeden fields, the small town I grew up in, when the old widow McCabbage passed away with no heirs, everyone in town just took some stuff.
Shouldn't it fall back to the state?
No.
The what?
technically Property rights are different. Yeah, believe it or not, points to Gogmert. Gogmert probably understands this better than how it should go. Right, Gogmert, like, if someone in a tribe dies, everyone just picks over their stuff, right?
Sometimes even before they die.
Okay, well, that's a different thing. But you see what I mean.
No, in the absence of heirs, it should definitely go back to the ruling government to be distributed.
Yeah, that's why we took the stuff before the government could get the cut. A good populace should have a healthy suspicion and criticism of their own ruling government.
Said no government ever.
I think that's the point.
I'm sorry, I'm actually reading a people's history of the U.S. right now, and that's just hilarious. Saying these things and contradicting them.
No, that's why I always joke that Andoran is like the most idealized fantasy United States, where it's like they say stuff like that and they actually mean it, unlike reality.
Yes.
But, Lucilla's not like in government or anything like that, so all she has is the idealism.
I was muted. I was saying, but in reality, we're getting closer and closer to Cheliax every day.
Oh yeah. Yep.
At least we don't have to have summon demons yet. Yet.
Well, according to QAnon,
Why
they're doing that underneath
I think
the pizza parlor.
Elon Musk is trying to get to Mars so quick.
He wants to reenact Doom.
But we don't have a Doom guy yet. We're gonna be fucked.
No, Elon Musk will be the Doom guy, except it won't actually be able to kill any demons, but it'll put gamer lights on it, on his suit.
You mean the Doom Soldier to fight them?
Doom guy.
Yeah, we just need God, what's that guy from all the Fast and Furious movies?
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, Vin Diesel and The Rock will just go kill them all.
But they'll talk about family for the first 2 hours.
Oh God.
Anyway, back to our games. What y'all doing?
Fix will do a once over, see if there's anything that piques her interest. But
Go ahead and give me another perception.
I'll do the same.
One more general
Just in case.
perception.
I'll have you guys know that I am chaotic good, so looting a dead house of people that we know have passed on is not really out of alignment. Besides, it just all goes to the landlord in a few days, so fuck him.
Looking it through, definitely nothing of value left over. Anything that was of value has been thoroughly ransacked. You do, however, with those perceptions, you notice, like as you're leaving on the outside of the house, you see some boot prints that are rather recent, that don't match up with the creatures that you saw. So you can imagine there might have been something else here other than just the two of them. But they seem to have gone at least a day or two ago. Whoever it may have been.
I'm sorry, what did you say was in that downstairs closet?
Brooms, mops, buckets.
Oh, it's the janitorial closet. Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna...
You do find some clothing, like some noble clothing. Nothing of like great value, but if you wanted a new wardrobe, Emanuele.
Is it the right size?
Yeah, you're actually relatively close in build to Aldern.
I could take
a lot more blues, if that matters, but
no, I've been wearing the same two outfits for God, I don't know how long, so it'd be nice to get them washed and I could wear these.
The blues shouldn't be a problem. With your coloring, you're a winter.
Thank you. I've always been torn between fall and winter.
do you want to do anything with these? And she would kind of look at the whatever they're called, the
faceless
monsters.
stalkers.
Yeah, the faceless stalkers.
Thought like a video game, they'd just disappear.
Well,
they look like puddles of flesh at this point. Like no bones. Nothing.
Okay, so just gradually dissolving or something.
No, they're just puddles of flesh. It looks like whatever these things were didn't actually have a like skeletal structure. So it's like if you took a skeleton out of a body and had that body just slumped to the floor.
Helps with shape changing, I imagine. There's a fireplace.
Nah, let's not.
Even worse smelled when cooked.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we're on the same page. All the Longshanks can't do that, right?
Yeah. Well, most.
His swamp creature used to terrify hatchlings. But he's real. Not Longshanks, though.
Yeah, so are we doing anything with the bodies?
I say we just close the door and pretend like we saw nothing.
The neighbors will probably smell it in a few days, and they'll have the authorities come and clean it up, so I'm okay with that.
Either that one, the lease runs out.
So you leave the house, and I'm sure we flash to the neighbors a few days later, starting to complain about the smell. That eventually turns into we need to go investigate this to oh god, what are those? As they see these piles of bloated flesh mounds.
Could always have fed it to Juan, but nope.
Well, we started smelling it that day that 5 people came out of the house, all casually whistling at the exact same time.
I didn't even know lizards could whistle.
We can't suspect them of anything. They were so casual.
Blended right in. I mean, nothing motley about that group.
The only one that stood out was that.
I thought you were going to say nothing motley about their crew, but you missed it.
Yep.
Yep. I missed
After
that.
They just walked onto the street and stood in the exact center of a crowd of 4 other people, and they were just completely invisible to them.
And then one scaled up the wall and was gone.
Yep. It's just the only person in all of Victorian London wearing a hood. Definitely does not fit.
Not suspicious.
Oh, Assassin's Creed.
It made sense in the first game, is all I'm saying. But let's move on.
Yeah.
So, we talked about preparing before we go to the sawmill.
Yep.
Also, the note said that someone was taking money there every Oath Day, so that's probably a day when a lot of people will be there.
Wasn't the sawmill what we investigated in Sandpoint?
That's a different
There was a different sandmill, but yes.
Okay.
Or sawmill, not sandmill.
All right, so there's a Seven Brothers sawmill here.
Also, we need to know where that is.
Would the money still be being delivered? I mean,
with Alden gone, probably not.
It's right across from the Five Guys, where half of them moonlight.
More than half.
Yeah.
It's right across the street from the Five Guys, next to the Foursquare Court.
It's just 3 doors down, really.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Just when I thought we were over this joke, y'all take 2 steps back.
It's the numbers district. It's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon from the 80s. They're like, we need to go to the Ninja District in New York. It's like, there's a Ninja District?
To end the countdown,
Wait
they
a minute,
have
there's
a
not?
divorce attorney called One is the Loneliest Number.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed if I go to New York and I'm like, where's the Ninja District?
Cabby's like, then just sit back, I'll take you there. 7 hours later, it's closed. That's going to be $736.
So yeah, to bring up Lucilla's point, you don't know where the sawmill is. And if you would wish to prepare, I imagine you'd probably wind up having to stay another night at somewhere.
Yeah,
Unless you're just talking about going to buy something or something. I don't know.
Is there another inn down here?
Well,
there's inns all over the place.
yeah,
Which,
we're
if
not
we're
that far
taking
from our original place, I think.
If we're taking a night before continuing investigating, then that might be a good time for a bio break.
Yeah.
I thought you were about to say to break into the museum.
To break into the museum.
I'll never expect that.
No,
Before I take it by, I will say that if you want to find out where the sawmill is, you'll have to either do a diplomacy or a history check.
Yeah. Say we
I
diplomacy in
promise you
the end.
guys, I
Let's
will
have some
not-
classic D&D tavern.
I promise you guys, I will not steal anything until it's time to leave.
You strike me as the type of Gogmert strikes me as the type of person that wouldn't do like a stealthy heist. It would be a smash and grab. You'd just have utter chaos, and you'd grab a couple things so that way no one knows what you stole.
Unleash the menagerie into the museum.
Mm-hmm. And then he pays off some stupid goblin to try and steal everything, and he takes like 2 things and leaves.
So we're taking bio now? Is that what I heard?
Seems that way.
Yes, I break.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get water. I'll be back.
I mean, it's not a terrible plan, all things considered.
Yeah, I want to see about getting a few spells beforehand. Because they're good crowd control. 2 pit spells and black tentacles.
Gombo, is your naturalist ability a +2 to attack now?
No
Oh, wow.
damage, attack, AC, and saves. So, should be a pretty good time. And I got lingering performance, so I can like do 1 round and then stop, and then it'll still last for 2 more. So, like, I want to think of like fun little items or something to buy, but with my deep pockets ability, I can pull out up to 200 gold pieces. So that covers most of the shenanigans I can think of without needing to think that far ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't really started to look at items. I just don't have that much money. Oh, I do want to buy a garment of, what is it, sleeve of many garments. I think that's fitting. Useless, but fitting.
Take this minute to add the 2,000. Wait, what? Now I popped it out instead of editing.
I'm back.
Hey, Richard, could Emanuele find a sleeve of many garments?
Yeah, that's you're in a noble district in a fancy house in a fancy neighborhood. It's going to a merchant. They'd probably have that more than anything else. So
I would love to say that he goes to get the clothes, the blue clothes he just found, and his old clothes dry cleaned, not their equivalent of dry cleaned, washed back then. And they have those on a rack for sale. And he's like, "Oh, what is this wonderful thing?" And he's sold.
Never in his life has he been so happy.
I was looking, and it would be a lot cheaper to copy a spell out of another guy's spell book than buy a scroll. So I was wondering if I could find a wizard to do that with, or possibly trade spells with.
Always hit up the Pathfinder Society. There was a few other people there.
Mm-hmm.
You can check the Pathfinder Society, but otherwise you can roll a diplomacy, as most wizards aren't keen on sharing spells or letting people copy off their spells. The guy in Sandpoint did because he was like he didn't really practice much beyond what his basic stuff was.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll say a diplomacy check to see if you can find anyone in particular.
I'm back.
And since you guys are taking another day, that's fine to do. So
Diplomacy is a flat roll.
Yeah, it's not really going well. The best chance you found is you went to like the Golem Works and asked around if anyone would be willing to accommodate. And yeah, it's a no-go. They are very, like, first of all, you're not from the city itself, and they're just generally, wizards are a very distrustful lot.
Yes. Well, one of the spells won't be too expensive as a scroll. The other two I'll have to look at real quick. So I was looking for Create Pit, Spiked Pit, and Black Tentacles, because crowd control is fun.
Do you guys know any like good magic items that are used for like detection and things like that? I'm just trying to stuff.
Oh, there's some gloves that you can put your hand on the wall and see through the wall. They're lesser magical items.
Let's see here.
I'm not sure to see. There's one called Lantern of Auras, but it basically just imitates.
Yeah, detect magic, and I've got that.
Oh, you're meaning like detect spells?
Well, it doesn't have to detect spells. I was just thinking anything that like gives me some utility for examining spaces. Because I'm kind of the skill monkey over here, so better to lean into my advantages than spend money buying like a shield ring or something like that.
Looking at it, there are some, but they're way too expensive at the moment.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact you wouldn't have.
These are what I was thinking of, but that's $2,000 or 2,000 gold pieces.
I mean, I could afford
Although
that.
I never do. This is a magical item, but I love the name. It's the Cowardly Crouching Cloak. As a move action, you can cover your face and drop in a huddled crouch, and you basically have a DC 11 will save. Otherwise, you're affected as the Sanctuary spell when you're attacking the target.
Oh, nice.
It's literally you just cower and hope that you don't get hit.
That is a pretty cool glove, though, Cope.
Yeah, I've always wanted it, but always ended up feeling like I had to take something else.
Well, hopefully with the automatic progression thing, you should have a little bit more.
Exactly.
If you can always get the hand of the mage, which is a mummified hand that you can use mage hand with.
Yeah. I did find there's engineer's work gloves, which provide a +5 bonus to craft and knowledge rolls to repair and understand machines. Once per day, you can touch a device to instantly analyze it, along with its general purpose, methods of operation, and how to diagnose malfunctions. So it's like you can touch a pressure plate without triggering it, and you completely understand the trap. But it's 3,000 gold pieces, so I can't get that right now.
Yeah.
It's a fun idea, though.
Yeah.
I'd probably find the level 2 scroll of Create Pit pretty easy, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll just skip it. Everything for now.
The scrolls you can easily find up to like 4th level. The rest of them you'd have to roll on at the moment. Because again, people are a little protective over their spells.
Yeah, well, at a base cost of 700 for a 4th level spell scroll. I'm not sure I want to drop that just yet.
All good. So yeah, any last minute ideas you need to shop for, grab? You do still need to find out where the place is.
Yeah.
Which would require either a history or a diplomacy.
Well, they're shopped around. Fix will ask around for it.
I'll skim my brain for history here. Natural 20 for 33 total.
So you both come to the same conclusion, but it's a funny you're asking around, you're just making casual conversation. You kind of just drop that you're looking for the sawmill. And I'm like, yo, yeah, it's over. And at the same time, Lucilla's like, I really need to know where this is. And she just kind of looks to the side and she sees a book on a shelf of somebody selling at a stall, and you just grab it and look into it, and you just immediately see where the 7 sawmill is in the book. Basically it's like a navigation guide for the town. So and you just close the book and put it back on the shelf.
3 stars. Not bad.
But it is number 74 on the map. It's over here.
Hey.
And it was one of the things blocked by the bars. So it is now revealed.
Makes sense. Bunch of little logs tucked right there.
Yeah. Other than that, I just make sure my deep pockets funds are topped off for that class ability, because any potions or little alchemical items I can think of, it's just easier to handle it that way.
Oh yeah, top off arrows.
And otherwise, unless anyone else has anything to do for the day, do you return to the same inn or do you go to a different one?
Well, Gogmert's, we got two options here. We can either go back to the same inn and try to set a trap for our stalker,
Alright, I'm
or we
back.
can be dodgy.
What do you
No,
mean
no.
be dodgy?
Like go to a different inn.
I'm fine either way.
Try to keep moving.
Yeah, I'd love to visit another establishment. It's always good to get a lay of the land. See which ones the best people visit.
All right, we must find the most blue collar inn that we can possibly find.
The most blue collar.
Well, look, I did just find these blue garments, so we'll fit right in.
Oh boy.
So they segregate based on color of clothing in Longshank society.
I mean, I want to disagree, but normally colorful dyes are for wealthy people. So yeah, no, you're 100% right.
I mean, West Side, Bloods, Crips.
Yeah. These are all just different vampire gangs.
Okay, so you look for the most blue collar place, you say.
I mean, if no one's stopping me.
Okay, you make your way down to where is it? Beacon's Point area. It's around this area down here. And you're directed to 63 on the map, which is right around here.
I feel
Known
like
as
this is a very long walk just to
It is
find.
known as the Pig.
Perfect. And don't complain, Emanuele. This actually gets us closer to where we want to go.
And he's actually riding a snake,
All good. You do get some stairs,
but complaining
Most
at the same time.
so as
Just the pig?
so yeah, it's just called the Pig.
Mm?
As you
They
come
couldn't
to this
afford the
location,
adjective?
as you come to this location, it is primarily a drinking establishment, tavern kind of like. Though you can tell that they do have like some rooms in the back. It is a prime example of just making the best of whatever situation you have. The building has, as you enter, it's not even raining, but there are suspicious amount of leaks in the roof. It is extremely drafty, and like the name suggests, it smells of decades of butchery, as this is an old slaughterhouse that has been refurbished into a tavern.
Perfect.
As you enter you just like talk to the innkeeper about rooms and stuff. The first thing they offer you to eat is known as brine skin curls, which are strips of pig flesh pickled in brine and blood.
Fuck yeah.
Um,
How much for a plate?
Basically, they ask for a silver a head for the rooms, and they will include a meal to go with it.
Is there a stable nearby?
No. Though if we have an empty smoker in the back that we can hold up your animals in, I guess.
That'll work. And do you have a pig I could buy?
We got bacon.
It's better.
Yes, and where did you get the bacon off of? I wanted to give my snake something to eat.
He's like points down like a couple buildings away, like this is an old slaughterhouse. There's literally slaughterhouses all around us.
Excellent. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Like your friend's a little touched, isn't he?
No, he's just doing this as a convenient way to not have us pay for his room as he's leaving and he hasn't paid for it yet.
And get the hell out of this place. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah, these what is known as brine skin curls for Lucilla. They definitely stop your hunger, as before you can even take a bite of them, the sight and smell of them alone kind of make you lose your appetite. But if you trudge on, they're actually not bad. though they do have the consistency of wet pork rinds.
Nice.
Con check. Con check.
No con check required. They're
Ah.
just not the most pleasant things.
So what you're telling me is Gogmert has absolutely no issues whatsoever.
Oh, Gogmert, you're fine with this. This is not that much different than some of the stuff you've eaten in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Let's face it, he could probably eat metal and be fine.
Oh yeah.
Well, there's actually a goblin racial trait.
Like iron stomach or something.
Yeah, where they can eat anything.
As we're also how we doing this? Are we just paying each of us for our own rooms right now?
Yeah,
Fine. I got a silver, so.
yeah. I already deducted a silver from my supply.
As we're sitting there at the table with this stuff, and this place used to be a former slaughterhouse, I turn to Ephixa since Emanuele isn't back. They go, so you got much experience around slaughterhouses?
No, can't say that I do.
Yeah, but there were some pig farmers down the road before I was born. You would not believe how much shit is held inside a pig's body after death.
Like, you, not like literal shit.
Yeah, literal shit. Like 15 pounds. I mean, honestly, half the time what slaughterhouses do is they just cut them open and rinse all that out.
Yes, it's a messy business, dress and kill.
Fix is just kind of doing the 100-yard stare, just like visualizing it but not wanting to.
I mean, it's helpful. Sometimes you can gather it up and then you can dump all the plants to grow the crops. Fertilizer. I mean, when you really think about it, their entire digestive system, and I take a bite of this horrible smelling stuff, is all just a circular flow of shit. Things grow from shit, and then we consume it, and then it comes out as shit.
I knew that, just not so bluntly put. But yeah, that makes sense.
Lucilla's 100% doing this to try to elicit a reaction from Six.
Yeah, she's just still trying to wrap her mind around just the sheer amount of fecal matter in a pig.
Listen, she rode over to the city on a gold-plated horse with a flowing white mane and hugging it like a fairy princess. I need to humble her.
Especially since she named it Lady Eternal Everstar.
Yeah, freaking. You're over here having Snow White, My Little Pony, and Lucilla's trying to be Indiana Jones. So I'm trying to tone correct. In Lucilla's mind, anyway.
Let me be my Disney princess. I'm already speaking to animals. You can't stop me now.
And you have an evil man who loves you.
I mean, she did.
Yep, checking off all the boxes.
Just don't eat too many apples now.
Probably take my chance with apples over those. Nodding towards the pork rind things.
Gogmert's not having a problem.
Little salty, but it's good.
Yeah, the best you're gonna get otherwise in terms of actual edible food in this establishment for Fix is they have the equivalent of oatmeal cooked in bacon fat.
I'll give that a shot.
That doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, it's a little plain, but the saltiness from the bacon fat helps. Again, not the most pleasant meals you've had, but they do the job, and you're able to retire to your rooms with your lumpy mattresses and like the doors shut and lock, but they're like slightly off kilter, so like there'll be like a gap that is like maybe fist sized on the bottom, and every now and then during the early evening as you're getting ready for bed, you swear you see a rat kind of scurry in, look around, and then scurry back out of the hole.
So are we keeping watch, or?
Probably should.
Yes. I have no doubt that they are watching us.
How many room? Like, how many people are we able to fit into the room?
If you were to spend you could probably fit all of you between 2 rooms. The room wouldn't be quite big enough for all of you in one, unless you were sleeping in the common area.
Yeah. We can always just do what we did before and split down gender lines.
Works for me.
I think that's the best idea.
We can get woken up in the morning by the sound of the local butcher shop slow bleeding the pigs to death.
I'm sure that's a lovely sound.
Oh, they squeal the entire time and it takes hours. It's illegal in America, but this isn't that, so they probably do it. Animal cruelty.
The slow bleeding keeps the meat
very tender.
more tender.
I'm just saying, something has to be truly cruel for the American meat industry to say that we shouldn't do it.
It just became inefficient, and so those who were going fast were like, their meat tastes better, make that illegal.
Yep.
Okay, so you all set up watch. Go ahead and roll me perceptions for everybody. We don't have to decide who's on which watch for now.
Yeah. 27.
So this is funny. So we'll start with the lowest rolls. Ephixa and Emanuele. When the nights kind of begin, you're having a little bit of issue sleeping, and you're like, you know what? We just got some books. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. You're both in separate rooms, and Emanuele, you don't know how, but you got to mix up, and you have one of the romance novels in addition to the books. Coincidentally, you and Ephixa both have part 1 and part 2 of the series, known as To Capture a Heart in the Dark. It's about a group of Pathfinder Society members exploring deep, dark caves that lead towards the Underdark, and how love conquers all, including the darkness within inside of them. Ephixa, you're really getting into it, which it's like you have volume 1 and you're excited and you're reading through it. It's a very quick read during the night before you fall asleep. You get through about a quarter of the book. Emanuele, you have volume 2, so you're missing some stuff. But
this isn't about trade.
But it is you can't help but keep reading.
But I do wonder what happens to this character.
Yeah. So you guys get kind of distracted in your own right between this.
Sounds about right.
The rest of you, you keep a pretty vigilant alert, eyes on gaps, windows, what have you, which luckily you can't have anyone watching you from outside, as there are no windows in these rooms.
My plan worked perfectly.
I gotta interrupt for a second. Starting on volume 2, y'all heard the movie The Godfather? Have y'all ever seen it?
Yeah,
It's been a long time. I've seen parts of this.
When
I've
I
seen the
was
first one.
When I was young, my dad was a habitual dubber of tapes. At Blockbuster, you could rent 3 tapes, and if you returned them within 24 hours, you only paid $1.50. And so he'd take them and use a blank VHS and dub them, and then take them all back, and he'd speed dub them overnight.
My dad did the
I'm going
exact
to tell
same thing.
you, yeah, my dad did the exact same thing, except of course I'm a little younger, so he did it with CDs instead. He would burn them onto it.
Yeah.
His own
So
CD.
he labeled them wrong. So I go to watch Godfather for the first time as a teenager. I'm really excited, and I put it in because I've heard all these references to it, and I hit play. And about 5 minutes into it, the Godfather dies. And I thought, for all the lines he's supposed to have and be so important, he dies really early in this movie. I watched the whole second episode, put in the first, and it starts, and I go, son of a bitch. Sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, nothing really seems to bug you guys during the night. You awaken the next day, refreshed, able to prepare spells and what have you. And you're free to do what you will.
Is there a, excuse me, innkeep, is there a good place around here to get a bath?
I mean, we're right on the ocean. Just go down to any pier and jump in, I guess.
Thank you.
No,
Like-
Emanuele, it's what you want to do. It's way simpler than that. You can buy some pork fat from here, and you rub that on your skin. That'll plug up your pores. That'll stop you from sweating, and the smell will cover up anything else.
Did you say orc fat?
Pork fat.
Pork fat. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of similar to what we do for our soap.
When you say orc fat, one of the patrons who's a half orc kind of looks down, and, like, grabs his stomach, and like, huh?
And on that, I'll be leaving.
Yeah, you all leave. Not the most restful night's sleep you've ever had, but it was serviceable. Any spells you wish to prepare for the day, anything else, feel free to change those.
We'll see if they have any of these miraculous bars of pork fat. Y'all sell soap? No, we're an inn. Go away.
Yeah, tallow is one of the old ingredients of soap.
Yeah. That was a joke from the series with Dan Harmon Quest, where he played D&D, and they went to a merchant and he kept buying a sandwich called the Orc Loaf, and they're like, "Aren't you a half orc?" And he goes, "Yeah, I am." Oh. Well, I guess I'm just a cannibal now.
Gross.
What
Yeah,
world
I
are they
ass- I
playing in
assume
where
you're
eating
heading
work is
towards-
normalized?
I assume you're heading towards the sawmill?
Yes.
And who did they think would want to eat orc? Only other orcs. Or goblins, maybe.
So you make your way to the mill. It's once you actually get into the area, it's not hard to miss. You hear the grinding of wood being sawed, of the water mill just churning to turn the machinery inside of the building. Looking at it, it has several floors. It seems to have like an underfloor that leads to the water wheel, as well as like maybe 3 other floors. And the entire mill is made of wood. Looks like everything is made of wood, the doors, everything else. And I actually can bring you to a map. Mia. And you can see the outside of every floor in this map, just as I wanted to make it easier.
Mhm.
But you shouldn't be able to see otherwise.
Yeah.
And you probably aren't this close to it right now, but
We'll get
So
close
these
to
are
it.
up and away?
Mhm.
You said 3 stories?
yes, from what you can tell. You see there is a undermill where the water wheels are turning. You can't see the water wheels turning because they're on the inside of the building, but you can hear them because they're very loud. There's the ground floor that your tokens are on, as well as what looks like 3 more floors beyond that, and what looks vaguely like a rookery on the top. It's a little outjutting on the rooftop, and you can see like it's a rookery, so you can see like the droppings of birds on the sides of the walls on the outside of it.
Ah, for keeping hunting falcons.
Yes, hunting falcons.
Mhm. What is going to be our plan of approach here, gang?
Well,
Keep in mind, you're in the middle of the morning.
if I make invisible, could have 9 minutes exploring unnoticed. But would be risky if is actually den of people who have been attacking us.
What if Emanuele is looking to acquire new properties?
I'm always on the lookout, but why the deception, everyone? We have been hired by the Lord Mayor. Have-beard will travel.
Can't handle this, guys. Emanuele,
Yes.
you're smart. So put yourself in this mindset. Say, hypothetically, you're not you, but you're actually a murderer on the run.
Indeed.
Okay. Now, if someone came to your front door and said, "Hi, I'm the guard. I'm looking for a murderer. Are you the murderer?" What would you tell them?
Do I think I can take this guard?
Let's assume no.
I would tell them to come back later. The murderer is not here right now.
In and out of character laugh, by the way. Like that genuinely got Lucilla. Like,
just so y'all know, mechanically, Emanuele has a pretty high bluff.
the murderer isn't here right now. He might swing by later.
Check back in 5-6 hours.
Feel free to leave this place completely unattended till then.
He usually goes back after lunch.
You're welcome.
The 6:30 work for you?
Okay. Well, when Lucilla's done laughing like I am, she doesn't even bother. I think that ship has sailed. I'm trying to convince him.
I can do it. I'm just pulling your leg, Lucilla.
All right, but no, seriously, what should we do? I think the sneaking in with invisibility thing is risky.
I think prospective buyer seems promising. I mean, he definitely has the noble appearance of, somebody's that's looking to expand their business empire.
In the background, he's looking at his nails, thinking how great he is.
He's perhaps not all are in on, but I would think the people after us know what we look like, including Emanuele.
That is a very good point. Perhaps we should send Gogmert to check things out.
What are we sending Gogmert to do?
Well, if you could change your appearance and, I don't know, go look for employment.
Okay, new plan. Let's just walk up there and improvise, guys. I want to have a plan, but that's how all of our stuff always boils down to.
Anyway. It's worked so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, I'll follow your lead. Oh, I'm not back.
That looked like there's a door on this side.
Looking at it, this it goes down and it goes into the undermill from a door here.
Out of character again, we're here because we believe the Seven own this sawmill.
Yep.
And they were they also had Aldern delivering a payment to people known as B7 here for Ayesha, which is his wife who he killed, her vacation.
So we're looking for a droid.
Or a boy band.
Oh, good call.
Well, I'm going to just start walking around this corner here.
Yeah, let's head on up. It's looking for an old friend of ours.
Door over here.
Number 5.
Keeping the cats around that corner just where they can't be seen, but they can charge down if anything comes over this way.
Blatantly going up.
And just to clarify, the where Emanuele is, the stairway going down leads into the below undermill, and Lucilla, Ephixa the Wind, Neuron is at the same level of floor that you're at right now.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Should we split up?
No.
I think if we came at them from both sides, catch them by surprise.
We're not sure if it's a fight. I mean, knowing how our days go.
I mean, question them from both sides. I don't know. Isn't that a cross interrogation? I don't know.
I knock.
You knock. A couple seconds go by. About a minute goes by. There doesn't seem to be a response. Keep in mind, it is very loud. Like, loud enough to where perceptions are going to be at a -4. Just FYI.
Yep, I bonded mine with my 4 companions, saying, should we just go in?
Seem like...
Well, while you're doing that, Emanuele, what are you doing?
Is there a door down here?
There is.
Just gonna crack it open, make sure it's just machinery in there.
So let me move you a little bit, because layers. So you'll be down here. This is technically where you were before. It's just on the proper layer.
You deserve whatever happens to you.
Yep.
You peek open.
I mean, if a group
door.
of 9 people come in to investigate, they're not all going to walk in a straight line right up to the front door.
As you open the door, you see a bearded man pulling on some rope, and holding he looks like he's going about some business through the day.
Yep, just looking at them. Step in, look like I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so something's gonna happen here. Give me a second. So as you enter, this whole room is just mist from the water being splashed everywhere and noise.
Yep.
There's 4 immense water wheels that churned in the northern part of this large room. While the south, there's whirling belts of leather, gears, pulleys, and thick ropes that spin and churn, using the motion of the river below to power pistons that rumble along the southern wall. You see 3 individuals who, as the door opens and you step in and the light kind of hits them, they kind of turn to you they have to speak loudly as it's so loud in here. Sir, you shouldn't be in here. This is no place for visitors. And they're trying to smile and they're like, please, business workers only.
Emanuele taps himself, holds up his other hand, and in a sorry motion, slight bow of the head as he backs out, starts heading back up.
Okay. Anyway, the rest of you, sorry, got a tangent there.
Reach and clear. Go, 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 go.
You should be able to move yourself back up to the other layer. It's just
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'd head up the stairs, not looking back, acting like he's lost.
Right.
So you're gonna open the door, guys?
Yeah, I'm letting Ephixa go first.
All right.
Are you just peeking or are you opening it wide?
Fix will probably start by peeking.
Okay, I'll kind of open it this way, but you can see a stairway going up and what looks like carts full of wooden planks and sawdust and the like.
Okay, she would open up all the way.
Oh my god, I just realized this place is full of sawdust and we have a Gogmert.
I don't get it.
Oh yeah, I will warn you guys, if you light any kind of fire in here, you can tell this place is going to get nasty fast.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Putting your own selves in danger as well.
Yeah.
No fireball.
In a 5e game I played, I was running, the party almost killed themselves just in a normal barn fire. So
You told us about that because they kept going back to try and save the cow.
Yep. It was funny because I had dynamic lighting on, and so every time they would leave, they would lose sight of the inside of the barn, and I would add more fire. So they would just eventually round the corner, and they're just like, "Oh, there's so much fire."
And I told Juan to guard the stairs right there.
Gotcha.
And as Emanuele comes around, he's going to say, "There are 3 gentlemen downstairs with the gears and the waterworks."
Is this just piles of sawdust then?
Yeah, just looks like piles and piles of dust and look. So as you to kind of give you some flavor text, the entirety of this floor is just a loading area.
Mhm.
Looking up, there's an opening in the ceiling into this floor above that is filled with tangles of ropes and slings for lowering timber, as well as what looks most likely to lower the sawdust into this like little waiting area.
Mhm.
2 sturdy wagons sit to the south next to a bank of machinery. You can hear the grinding and creaking of the machinery filling this room as well.
Nothing really around that corner.
Actually, Ephixa, when you go over there, roll me a survival check, actually.
Oh, okay.
I didn't see you for some reason being right there. Yeah, you do notice that these several large piles of, like, it looks like filthy hay mixed with sawdust.
Mhm.
Something large slept here. Like ogre or giant sized. You don't know what, but there was something big that slept here until recently.
Fix would look over to Lucilla and kind of, using body and mind, just kind of give a inquisical. I think this might be a home to something.
Well,
Keep in mind, by the way, like luckily bonded mind, but if anything, you have to speak out loud.
yeah.
It is going to have to be loud. Just
Yeah.
be quiet.
Well, we should definitely be on our guard. I guess check the next floor up, because I assume this is just the water wheels.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, like those are machinery that are tied to the water wheels.
Yeah, but not stairs.
The only stairs are the ones up in here. So who's going up first?
Fix will lead the way if nobody else objects.
We're right behind.
Okay. So hold on a second. I'm going to move you. So stop moving for Ephixa.
Mhm.
Never.
Because I have to move you guys into the next floor.
Yep.
Okay. You pile up. Who would be going next? Ris'sh? Followed by Gogmert. With Emanuele outside.
Yeah, he's kind of doing an overwatch of the area, make sure no one runs away right now.
Is this just a dead end, or is there a door or something here?
There is a door where Ris'sh is standing. Going this way.
Okay.
It's
But-
not very clear, but
Gotcha. Is this just a dead hallway where Fix is at? Okay.
you did
What's
pass
the-
by the stairway going up as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stairs over there.
Yeah. I just had to round the corner see what was going on.
Yep. I'll let the tank take the door first.
Okay. Where's the door? I'm having trouble finding it.
Right where you're standing right there.
Okay. Then yeah, she'll peek it open at first.
Okay, give me 1 second. I have to fix a couple dynamic lightings because I fucked up. So, give me 1 second.
I'm a question if either of the other two had mentioned to Ris'sh specifically why not fire.
He didn't say specifically why, but Emanuele did yell to fire Ris'sh.
Alright. I couldn't remember. But,
Yep.
hey, that means I can still use Fireball because I've got that elemental changes ability.
So, Ephixa, as you open the door, you're greeted by. Well, first you think this is a face, but then you realize it is a mask made of a stitched skin being worn by somebody as they lash out at you as soon as you open the door. So this will be at a flat-footed
Okay.
AC.
DC AC is 16, so yeah, that'll hit.
So 15 damage, as we were going to bring up some initiative now.
Mhm.
They drew
Horse
first
fight.
blood. What comes next is on them.
They come right for us.
They coming right for us. Shoot them. Shoot them dead. Okay, so initiative. And is everyone in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Starting us off is Ephixa.
All right, she'll 5-foot step in while going to upsetting shield style, and then full round attack this guy.
Gotcha.
Non-lethally. Power attacking and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm. Hit, miss, and hit. And that is 24. Yeah, this guy gets knocked silly, but he's still standing.
And this is the same outfit as the assassins back at Sandpoint, right?
It is.
Okay.
You can clearly tell these are the skin masks
Mhm.
that you had found on the creatures before. That this one is wearing, and you can also see another one in the corner over there. It is their turn. You see one of them dart here, and you see him leap into a hole here and vanish from your sight.
I think one went to the floor below.
You got runners. Watch your back.
This one here is going to 5-foot step away from you and is going to cast Cause Fear, but not knowing you're immune to fear. As he casts it, and it just helplessly goes away. You hear some muttering under his breath, but that is his turn. And then Emanuele. I need a couple saves from Juan.
All right.
They or be will saves.
Okay. That's Juan's sheet, just my name.
All good. One more will save, by the way.
Oh, okay.
The second one fails. So you are frightened. Well, actually, how many hit die does Juan have? Like dice for his hit points.
Yes, he has 6.
Okay, so it does work. So you must flee from the source with the best you can. So Juan basically has to run away on your turn. And that is your turn. Gogmert.
All right. So let's get a better look in here. Is the guy still in here?
There's some people in there. You just can't see them from the angle you're in. You can hear the fighting, and you saw them sidestep into this direction.
Okay.
You'll see Ephixa facing this way.
Yeah. All right. Then I will. It's 5. So that's 15 feet. See him. All right. Gogmert is going to. Where are the cats? Would they be able to hear command from here? That's your discretion, Richard.
They would, but you'd have to make it loud. So just FYI, stealth would be completely gone by then. You can kind of sense that it's probably gone now, but just be aware. Any semblance of not knowing, if somebody else doesn't know you're here, they will know you're here.
How loud has the fighting been?
It's pretty loud, but you also have to imagine there's the water wheels drowning out some of it. But shouting loud enough for the animals to hear you on a lower floor is a little different.
I am going to.
Fix would say one jump down the hole here.
Yeah, those are the holes you saw from the floor below. That had a bunch, they have a bunch of ropes and stuff hanging down from them.
7. So we're 7th level, which means I do not have my second use of Wild Shape for today, so I don't know if I want to use that.
Did you use it once today already?
No.
Okay.
But, yeah, I'll just
I forgot to make your rollable table, so I won't have your token for it, but just FYI.
All right.
I'm just letting you know you look different.
Yeah. So Gogmert will Wild Shape into a Dire Lion.
Is that a large creature?
That is a large creature. And what is Wild Shape? Is that I already moved, so...
I believe it's a standard action.
Functions like Beast Shape spell, so yeah, it would be a standard action, I believe. Yeah, one standard action. So he's there. He does technically threaten them, I believe.
You believe so?
I believe, because he's large.
Yep. It functions as Beast Shape 2. You get a +4 bonus to your strength, -2 to your dex, and a +4 to natural armor.
Alright. So that's my turn, and I will be putting in my weapon attacks here, figuring out that while other people are doing their turns.
No worries. Emanuele. So Juan books it, just straight up flees.
He's going to shout some commands, realize something is up, and he is going to cast Gravity Bow.
Gotcha.
And then... I want my sheet come up. Yeah, that's it. And uses swift action to put his animal focus on.
Gotcha. Staying put?
Yeah, staying put. He's got, Overwatch spot right here.
All good. More cultists go. Spending a double movement, you do see a man wearing a mask coming around the corner, Emanuele.
He didn't have a ready at action, so he can't do much.
No worries. This guy on the table here is going to scramble over here and get into this position here. And he is going to cast a spell.
Attack of opportunity?
I think Gogmert gets an attack of opportunity.
Alright, I haven't finished putting it in there, but it should be pretty easy to figure out. Since everything's the same, it'll be a +9, right? With a claw, because that is my favorite weapon, so it'll be a +10. Unless I'm missing anything.
Should be right. That will miss them. As they cast a spell, and you see this divine black energy kind of coalesce around their clothing as they cast a defensive spell. And then this one comes, and from just the corner, it sees Gogmert. It's going to cast Cause Fear. I need a will save from Gogmert.
Alright.
And it has no effect.
He is a druid.
Yep. But then it is Ris'sh's turn.
Yeah. We got the one coming around, possibly. So I suppose I will be... I believe it's a standard to pull up my mage armor ability. And then I suppose I will move into the corner here, in case it is coming up the stairs.
Gotcha.
Probably a bad idea, but hey, life's full of those.
Lucilla.
Okay, first things first, I'm going to move up here so I can get a better idea of what's going on. I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot in this hallway. You can move through ally squares, but they count as difficult terrain, correct?
I think, you're small anyway, and I don't think
Yeah.
they do. I think you can just go through the squares normally.
Okay, so I've already used 5 feet, so maybe something like this. Even if some of that stuff was difficult terrain, I still had like an extra 5 feet of movement. So
Yeah, so in order to get there, you would have had to go like... Oh, sorry. I have to move Gogmert because you basically would have had to go like that to get around the hole. But
okay, that's the hole. Gotcha.
But you would have been able to get there fine.
Gotcha. All right. I always like to do something fun, but there's 3 of them. So I am going to begin my bardic performance again. So everyone can get that buff, and I believe it's 30 feet. So I don't know where Ris'sh is, but she might still be in range.
I think so, yeah. 30 feet.
Yep.
So Ris'sh is still in range.
So yeah, that's my turn. I mean, I assume I probably pull out weapons somewhere in there, but that's not...
During your movement, you can pull out your weapon easily.
Yeah, especially since a returning dagger is a free action to have it be called to your hand. So I don't think that means it couldn't just be me drawing it initially.
Oh, yeah. Ephixa.
Alright, she'll 5-foot step up and full attack against this guy.
Go for it. Hit, and hit. That is a lot of damage. That guy goes down.
And then... Yeah, that's good for now.
Let me see. How much? Okay, I will say that shield attack wasn't needed to kill him off, so I'm just going to let you transfer it over to the one that's across the wall.
Yeah.
It would have had a slight increase to its AC, but that would still hit. So as you put down that guy with a couple swipes of your scimitar, you arc your shield and hit this guy across the face.
Nice.
That's your go.
Mm-hmm.
Cultist go, that one. I'm just going to move him so he's not in the way. This one has to double move, but he's going to get to here.
The directions of those arrows don't bode well for Emanuele.
Only a little bit bad, yeah.
It's alright, I still got cats over here.
Yeah, the cats are still there.
That one actually, they can't do anything, so one of them is just going to double move to there. And that will be theirs, and then... Let me see. Ris'sh, you see the other one coming up the hall here. They had jumped down, and with no one else in sight, it's going to channel negative energy. I need a will save. Yep. So you'll take half. So you'll take 1 point of damage. As you feel like an energy pulse just pulse out of it, and like you feel like this corruption hit you, but very little.
I'm just seeing in my mind's eye that like charges up the wave of negative energy. Ris'sh kind of like and blink, blink. Eh?
That's a good question. Does Ris'sh have eyelids?
Yeah, they're sideways.
I will say, Emmanuel, just to remain consistent, I have them set guarding there, so you should stay near them.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to command them because I've said multiple times that their commands are always in Goblin.
Yep.
Unless you know Goblin, in which case, go right ahead.
Manuel's well learned.
But not in Goblin.
Yes.
Oh.
Gogmert, you're up. Speaking of goblins.
So, I have just to make sure I have everything right. So, at this level, which is Beast Shape 2, I would have their size bonus and their attacks. And, I would get the grab for the bite, too, as well.
Yeah. I'll fix it later, but I think you can actually do a buff for B-shape.
Yeah, well, I've done the attacks now, so...
Yeah. I just believe, let's see, your damage would go up by... Yep. So you're all good. You can swing away. I think you have 2 claws and a bite.
Yep, 2 claws and a bite. Gonna use them. I wish there was a way to get flanking here, but there's just not.
Fortunately not.
Has Lucilla done performance?
Yeah, you should have the buff now.
Okay, I will add that. Definitely.
It's a smooth +2 to everything, so.
Mhm.
Yeah. Bards are an excellent... they're the best class if you have a party of 5. They're still good in a party of 4, but in a party of 5, that's their perfect spot.
Oh, yeah.
So, Lion Mert will bite.
Lion Mert.
I feel there's a
I
joke
prefer
there, but I've
Gogian.
never seen.
I don't think a 15 hits, right?
15 will not hit.
And then 2 claws. 19 and 23.
The 19 will miss as it pings off the arcane barrier he put upon himself, but the last one will hit for 4.
Nah, I say Logbert.
What about Lemur?
No, that's when I turned small.
Gogion?
Anyways. That is my turn. That was a full attack.
Gogon.
Emanuele.
Does Juan get another save?
Let me see.
And also, I forgot to use his spell resistance. If he didn't get another save, could we use that as a chance?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
If he doesn't get another save per the spell, I forgot to use his spell resistance. Could we use that this round?
We can use that this round. So you have to overcome spell resistance. I forgot he had that. So give me 1 second.
I did too. We just haven't been in combat since I changed.
To
4
overcome that,
feet.
it's just a caster level check, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
D20 plus 2, 10, I think is probably not going to be enough.
He has 11.
Okay, so yeah.
So we'll say he
I'll
ran
say-
off since we forgot. And
Yeah, and then he overcome it. Like, it would have only been 1d4 rounds, I think, so it saved you a couple rounds. But that will be he basically makes it back to right where he is.
this round. Yeah.
Juan forgot he had spell resistance, so that he
Yeah.
ran away.
Juan,
Remembered
use your
he had it.
spell resistance. Snake turns around and comes back.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm leaving it up to you guys to remind me when you have
Yep.
features
Yep.
like that. So
So-
I
Well,
feel
that's-
like the spell taking effect and then remembering you have spell resistance is like when you play Pokemon and it's a critical hit, but then it's not very effective.
Right.
So like critical hit, not very effective, 2 points of damage.
Damn.
But yeah, my to hit in lion form isn't quite as good, but the damage potential goes way up.
All right. So he will attack this one right in front of him.
go for it.
Single standard shot.
By the way, the few onlookers that were
on.
here have now ran away. FYI.
Okay.
That
No
hits.
hit. missed you. Did that hit?
I said that hits. Yes.
Okay. All right. And after he hits, he's gonna back over here and yell at the cats. Attack! Attack! Can't you see they're coming? Attack!
They don't understand anything you say.
Maybe if you yell it louder but slower at the same time, they'll pick up on it.
Oh, see, like my dad does. I said attack.
So this one starts rounding the corner, but it doesn't see Tangletooth until too late. So Tangletooth will get an attack of opportunity on this cultist.
All right. Hitting it with the bite.
That hits. Go ahead and try to do a trip attempt.
Munch and crunch. CMB. Did that roll?
Yep.
25.
Oh yeah, that trips it.
So as you scream at them to do something, they do something. It worked. You're an animal master.
With animals.
And that one falls to the ground like a jackass.
This one's going to step down to here. This one's going to try to make an acrobatics across this hole to get on the other side of Ephixa. It will provoke by Gogmert because it's going to try to just make the leap without worrying about you. The D20 plus 10 to leap. So go ahead and take your attack for Gogmert. That's 19 to leap. That's enough.
Oh man, I would love it.
That hits.
If there was a trip in there, and then it trips and falls into the hole.
I mean, it might. He has the lion's bite, which I think has a trip attempt. Maybe. Let me check real quick. Hold on.
That would be great.
Does not trip him.
Ah,
Darn. Well, you can't win them all. I got the 8 piercing off.
So, one's going to attack you, Ephixa.
Did you say Fix would have got an attack of opportunity against him?
Yes, you would too.
Okay.
Forgot about that.
For scimitar attack.
That will hit.
Hey, when they moved, did Gogmert have flanking?
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. You hit him anyway.
Yeah, but I have sneak attack.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, go ahead and roll that attack.
So 4 damage on top.
There we go. Yeah, that one's looking hurt. So the one that's between you guys now is going to use this as an attempt to... He's going to reach out and try to stab at you, Ephixa. Mm-hmm. The one on his lonesome on the other side is going to try to reach out to touch you. So, the first one's going to swing. So that'll be a 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
You take 18 points of damage as its war razor just slices underneath your armor.
Mm.
And the other one is going to reach out to try to touch you with a touch attack.
Bad touch, no.
That's going to be a 21 against your touch AC.
I believe that'll do it, yeah. Yep.
Okay, so as it touches you, any wounds you have and any scars you have begin to open up as you, on your turn, will be taking 1d6 points of bleed.
Start of my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, you know how
yeah.
bleeding works. Magical healing just instantly stops it and everything else. So, Ris'sh, you're face to face with the cultist.
Yep. Well, it is very short range, but I don't have point blank shot. But dang. Whoa.
Does not confirm.
Sadly.
But you ping right into it.
Also,
as like the same kind of the same kind of feeling. You point this crossbow at him, and he like flinches, and then he looks down and it just sees like this scrape against his clothing and it's like a scratch on his like chest.
Yeah.
Wow, what are the odds that it hit the locket that my father gave me?
Oh god, him and Ris'sh is just without spells is just going to turn into a slap fight.
Fix over there is having Mortal Kombat where she's getting cut down by thirds, and over here we're having a slap fight.
Staying put.
Man, I was watching a comedy movie the other night where
Actually, I'll fall
two
back.
guys confronted each other like that after they ran out of bullets, and they took martial arts pose, and the one goes, "Yeah, I don't actually know martial arts." The other guy goes, "No, me neither." They go, "You want to fake it?" "Yeah," and then they start standing there going, "Oh, heel," and not actually touching each other.
Lucilla, you're up.
All right. I want to run up this pile of logs here
Okay. Easy
And then
enough to do.
and run over here, and I'll be just about at head height to stab this guy in the back of the head with my dagger.
Go for it.
Flanking.
Flanking.
So
That'll hit.
for bare minimum freaking damage, but
Well, you're not built for damage,
yep. I'm not really criticizing.
but it does provide flanking for a certain someone. You take 5 points of bleed damage as the blood just kind of seeps through these wounds that have just magically been opened up. If you're there, Loki.
Sorry, how's because this guy had a -2 to his attack, right? Because of bashing shield. Anyways, yeah, it's able to hit. Sorry, what did you say?
You took 5 points of bleed damage.
Okay. All right, -5.
Yeah, the one that had the minus to you was the one that did the touch attack.
Yeah, I think that still just barely hit.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's why he did the touch attack, because he was having a harder time hitting you.
Yep. All right, so we'll go full round attack against this guy, since
Okay.
I got flank on him.
If you manage to down him, I'll just let you carry over to the next target.
Sounds good. Let's do flanking.
You hit him with the first swipe and knock him down, and you swing around. The second attack misses the guy as he parries it with his War Razor, but then you just smack him in the face again with your shield.
Still up.
Still up.
All right, then I'll use my swift action to use a lay on hands on myself.
Cool beans. Gets rid of the bleeding.
I love the idea that I run up here and I just nick this guy in the ear, and he turns around, and then I give a little wave, and he gets just sliced in the throat.
Ew. Oh wow, that's a powerful lay on hands.
3d6 plus 3 because that's my favorite class bonus.
Gotcha. Nice.
That will be my turn.
Okay. These ones do know about the cats now, so one of them is going to go there, and one of them, if he has combat reflexes, will provoke.
I don't believe they do, but I'll check really quick. They do not.
Okay, so they'll both get a single attack on Tangletooth. 17 will miss. 15 will miss.
They're spry cats.
Mm-hmm. And then the one against Ris'sh will move up and over. And we'll take a swing at him. 14 will miss Ris'sh.
Mm-hmm.
Saving all those good attacks for Ephixa.
That's right.
I will start out with what the cats. I don't know. Do you want me to control them? I don't know how you want to.
Yeah, you can just. You were told to defend, and one of them's getting attacked. It's easy to assume that they're going to attack the things attacking them.
Then Tangletooth will acrobatics this way.
Go ahead and roll that acro. Oh yeah,
28.
you're able to get through his space. Actually, it's not that. It wasn't actually that easy, but you barely made it by enough. I forget they have a bonus if you're going through their space, but still enough.
Yeah, it's a little bit higher if they go through the space rather than just through a threatened square. And he will attack using his. Or is that one still on the ground, or did they get up?
It's still on the ground, so it'll be a +4 to that, so that will hit.
All right. So then that's the 6 damage there. Scrimshaw will come right up. He's going to acrobatics past those threatened squares.
Just gotta get by one. Yep, you're good.
And he will lay down 2 claws on that one on the ground.
2 claws?
Oh yeah, 1 claw, so just the 8. You're right.
Okay.
I always get confused because I have it marked on my sheet as 2 claws,
Yeah, it's all
but
good.
it's actually just the 1 claw.
That one will still hit. Yeah, that one on the ground is looking rough. And he still has to try to stand up. And then what is
Okay,
Gogmert
then I'll
Vane
go
doing?
to Gogmert. He is going to stay in his current position.
Gogmert Prime.
I can hit him from here, right?
You're a dire lion, right?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at their
Yeah, let's look at
reach.
that.
The reach is 5 feet actually, because they're a.
Oh yeah, they must be like horses, huh?
Yeah, kind of like that. So you'll have to 5 foot over to do it, but it still shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah. Usually it's quadrupeds only have the 5 foot one.
Yeah,
Large.
long versus tall size. All right.
I never claimed to be the best at memorizing things.
But it was only a 5 foot move, so I still think I can do all my attacks.
Yeah, there's a few that buck that trend too.
Maybe you did, Richard. How would you remember?
So I'm guessing the bite misses.
Yeah, the bite misses, unfortunately.
And then 2 claws.
Both claws hit, though. This one's also looking pretty rough.
No flanking, so no sneak, but that was a pretty good round.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
And then
Gogmert
we'll
is
jump to
currently the king of action economy.
Emanuele. Right behind, like right ahead of Emanuele, speaking of.
I take offense to that, and as a free action, I shall have Juan use his chameleon step trick to double move as a move action. Because action economy go to hell. He will then bite this fellow.
That, with a +4, will hit. For
16 damage, and then 18 versus CMD to grapple.
does not grapple him, unfortunately.
All right.
But it doesn't matter because he's dead.
Then Emanuele will
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
provide covering fire to Juan. That's a free action. Actually, yeah. He'll provide covering fire to Scrimshaw. And where's my fucking sheet? There we go.
And that's the +2 to the AC.
Yes.
That'll hit. You're targeting the front one?
Yeah.
Nasty hit. He took a big old chunk of that.
And that is his turn, because I can't give combat advice to cats that only speak Goblin. God, what a backward race of cats.
This one
Yes, because they're famous for being cooperative otherwise.
is going to channel negative energy, so I need a will save from everybody. Including his friend, because he doesn't know he's there.
Second best save.
I will tell you now, unless you get below a 10, you're all going to sit, you're all going to pass.
Yeah.
Max damage, so 3 damage.
Behold the power of my dark god! Just one rat dies.
He's going to
So we
risk
take
the
the
attacks. He's going to try to run to jump in the hole.
Right.
It
So-
was a rodent of unusual size, though.
Ooh, he's running.
Non-lethal attack for Fix.
That'll hit. Not quite enough to bring him down yet. Gogmert.
Do we have hero points? I forget in this game.
You do. You have 2 that refresh every session.
All right. Can I use one to add to this bite attack?
It's before they roll, so +8.
So this is the regular roll plus 8. So
Yep. So with that +8, it like tries to, as it's about to leap into the hole. This lion that took the form, the Gogmert took the form of, just reaches out and like grabs hold of its whole torso and just does that thing where it like rips and like swings it, and it just flings back into the wall over here.
Oof, that was violent.
And that is those ones. I don't think I have any more red ones, so I can just remove that turn. Ris'sh.
Mm-hmm. Well, since he's come up to play, I guess I'll toss the crossbow behind me and try to lay into him. That definitely doesn't confirm, but it's hilarious.
Let's see. Hit, and miss. So 3 points of damage. This is really a slap fight.
Yep, that's a full attack, so...
Okay. Lucilla.
So this room's clear. Do you guys think I should go check on Emanuele?
Yeah, this room's clear, so yeah, see how he's doing.
Okay. I am going to... I guess I'll just keep the performance going. This hole here goes down to the first floor, doesn't it?
No, that goes all the way to the underbridge.
Yeah.
The holes in the middle of the room go down to the first floor.
Oh, okay. And you said there was a bunch of like ropes and stuff, right?
Yep. Looking at it, go ahead and roll me a perception.
Sure.
Since you specifically talked about this hole here.
21.
You look down and you look up to check the stability of these ropes.
Mhm.
You see another person with these masks on above you, getting ready to slide down.
On one of the ropes.
Yeah.
Can I throw my dagger and cut the rope he's holding on to so he takes a tumble?
Yeah, make an attack roll. This is cool.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Yeah, definitely.
13 to hit the rope.
Yep, and you did max damage. So I will say you fling the rope, you fling the dagger at the rope, and you all see like Wilhelm scream. The guy who's holding on to the rope fall down to the first floor, and you hear a loud thump as it hits the ground.
Although it would be far more impressive if she threw a rope and cut a dagger in twain.
Yeah.
Gotta be 7th level for that.
Well, now that's taken care of. I'm gonna go check on Emanuele, and I would like to jump into the hole, and maybe like as a free action, call the dagger back to me, and maybe it gets one of the hooks and it pulls a rope to me as I'm falling to slow my fall.
Yeah, fuck it, roll cool. That sounds neat.
Lucilla just powered up, man.
Yeah. She's become one with the throwing dagger.
And even if you guys are out of range of my bardic performance, it still lingers for 2 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing all this while performing?
I'm giving combat advice, my friend.
Love it.
I just love how this party has a bunch of bossy ass people just telling people what to do.
Right.
This guy in the front's still alive?
He is.
Okay.
He's prone though. In fact, he needs to take 9 points of damage from that fall.
I was waiting for you to say, now he's dead.
No, this guy was fresh.
I already used my attack, so I am going to... I probably only used 5 feet of movement to jump down here.
Mm-hmm.
So I will... I can't do a disengage or anything like that. But I can do...
I would guess that guy didn't have a weapon drawn.
Yeah, he can't provoke right now. He's on the ground prone, and he didn't have a weapon.
I should have taken his weapon. But that would have definitely not been like a swift action to do that. No. So.
And that's your turn?
Yeah, I run over here. Emanuele, you now get the benefits of my performance. I'm like, hey, how's it going over here?
Just holding the line. Did y'all find anything upstairs?
I brought another one down with me over here, and you just hear the groaning.
He looks around the corner. Excellent work, Lucilla.
Start by moving around the corner. Anything of interest I see down in this area?
Roll a perception.
Right. Perception there.
Nope.
All right.
All clear.
Sounds right. All right. You got this, Gogmert. I'm going to jump down and see if they need help down there. Actually, no. I'll...
Just roars.
Right. Good enough. And she'll jump down.
Okay. Move your token out from underneath Gogmert so I can move you.
5, 10.
So that would jump down to there. Technically, you'd be on top of him, but you know what? For fun, you jump down. He takes another 3 points of damage as you land on top of him.
Breaks your fall a little
Insult
bit.
to injury.
And then just go ahead and power attack him with my standard action.
God.
Oh god, it's even worse. You're literally doing that Sephiroth downward.
Yeah, right.
stab.
God. The Scrooge McDuck / Shovel Knight move.
Can we count it as a charge attack?
Sure,
On top of everything.
Right.
it's cool. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's easier.
Okay, how about this? You can be a charge attack if you're fine with falling prone at the end of this.
Say to one knee, and we'll take that prone.
That's basically one knee, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Real cool. Worth it.
I think we got it wrapped up down here.
Yeah. Isn't that rolling? Why isn't it rolling? There it goes.
There's lots of them.
Right.
14 points of damage. Yeah, this guy's already looking pretty hurt, and he hasn't even had a chance to move.
And you said I'm prone too?
Yeah.
All right.
But in a much cooler way.
Yeah. 3-point landing style.
It's really hard on your knees.
It's not as hard when you have a soft landing beneath you.
The guy just
20
groans again.
22 to hit Ris'sh, I think still misses.
Yes. And even if it didn't and was 1 point higher, I still have my immediate action.
Just a slap fight continues. Okay. Gogmert, you're in the room alone as you see this guy rope down from the above. You do get an attack of opportunity as he's falling. That will unfortunately miss, though. But he lands as he brandishes his war razor and takes a swing at you. 19, I think, will miss with your bonuses.
Yes, it will miss. I just making sure I'm right on this. So my armor from Gogmert goes away because I'm in wild shape, and that's a +3 to my AC.
But then you get a replacement +4
Natural armor, so that evens out to a plus. Yeah. So that evens out to a +1 to my AC overall, right?
And then bonuses from like my bardic and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've already got that. I've already got the.
You also take a -1 to your AC from the dexterity loss, though. Just keep in mind.
Oh yeah. So yeah, that
It'll
actually
be 21 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 21.
Yeah, still misses you. But good to know. And it is your turn, Gogmert.
All right, I will start over here with the cats. Going to have Tangletooth 5-foot step that way. And having him attack this guy. So that is a bite.
That hits.
18 to trip.
Not enough to trip him, though.
And 2 claws.
Hit and miss. He's pretty hurt.
And then Scrimshaw will finish him off.
Oh, yeah, I'll let you finish your turn for this, but I forgot that these two act on the turn that just happened.
Oh,
It doesn't
you
matter.
want to do that right now before I do any more damage and they die?
Yeah, he was going to take a swing at Tangletooth anyway, so let's see what happens. Nope.
Yeah.
And then the other one would swing at Scrimshaw. Natural 20. 18 to confirm will not confirm, so Scrimshaw takes 7 damage.
Got it.
Anyway, as you were.
-7.
Continue your execution.
And Scrimshaw will bite out this one's jugular.
Don't forget they're getting my bardic now too.
Oh yeah, so
Do they have to speak the language?
They do not. They just need to be able to see and hear me. They didn't say they have to understand me.
Yeah, this one's on his last leg.
18
Does
which
not trip him.
does not because it was the same as last time.
Yeah.
Or just hear me. Sorry, yeah.
And the second one will finish it off, and then I'll let you carry over the other one to the other target, which will hit, and he's still up, but also pretty wounded.
Then back to Gogmert over here. He's just going to do all of his attacks on this guy as well. So
All the attacks.
bite, miss, claw,
Hit.
claw.
Yes.
So 3 damage.
And then it is Emanuele's turn.
Manuel, who I've forgotten to use point blank shot and deadly aim, will take pot shot.
That will hit and finish this guy off completely. As you just ping him right in the forehead, and he just drops in a heap.
You know, it occurs to me, I don't think these cultists actually outnumber us.
Not anymore. And then that's all for your turn, Emanuele?
Yeah, and if Juan can see me from there, I'm going to tell him to go back to his guard spot.
Okay.
Right there.
So Gogmert, 2 more drop from the top level. None of them have flanking on you, thankfully, but they are both going to take a swing at you. First one will miss. Second one will hit for 10 damage.
That's against me?
No, this is against Gogmert.
Oh, okay.
He has his own party upstairs right now.
Ah, gotcha.
The other one's going to try to stand up, provoking from you.
Okay. Should we just call it a... Well, no, it's -4 since I'm prone.
Well, he's also prone, so it would be a +4, so it just levels out.
Okay.
So basically, he's trying to sit up, and you just lean over and you stab him.
He like starts to like sit up, and like he just like sits up from like a laying down position on his back. And as soon as he leans up, he just leans up into your sword, and he is gone. That guy is the comic relief of cultists.
Right.
His last words are just Droopy Dog from Looney Tunes. I should have stayed home today.
Ris'sh, slap fight continues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to decide, but I think I will continue to try and lay into him, and then I'll probably take a 5 foot back. Yeah, especially after probably missing all of those.
Yeah, none of those managed to pierce him. 5 foot back, and then it is Lucilla.
Emanuele, you all wrapped up here?
Yeah, we'll keep a lookout on the perimeter.
Okay.
Y'all
Fix.
need any help inside?
Fix, you good?
I'm good.
All right. I think Ris'sh
What about Ris'sh and Gogmert? Where are
Yeah,
they?
I think Ris'sh is still having a slap fight in the hallway. How many feet does it take to get up the stairs, Richard?
Let's see. 5, 10 will put you. Give me a second.
No problem.
We'll get you right there.
That's 10 feet?
Yeah.
All right. Then I will move an additional 10 feet. Get behind this guy, and then I am going to use my whip to try to trip him.
Go for it.
Just to double check, make sure it's using it's using my dex. Cool. Come on, let me continue this cool parade. I click the button. Hey, 21.
Excuse me. Yeah, that will trip him.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ris'sh, how's it going? You doing all right?
Yeah, could be better.
Well, I think it's going to get worse for him. As he's just face planted on the ground.
Ephixa.
See, stand up. That's the move action. And then dash upstairs.
I'm just running as fast as I can to spread my bardic performance around to as many people as possible and then have it linger after I leave.
Oh, nice.
I mean, that's a good thing about lingering performance.
Mm-hmm.
Do you only
I
have
got
4
one here.
left, or have you been using 4?
That's 4 rounds. I've been using that to count rather than on the sheet because I keep forgetting to do it on the sheet.
And I'll use a swift action to lay on hands on myself. And that'll be my full turn.
All good. This guy's going to try to stand up. Ephixa is a little awkward in an area. I will say you can take a AOO if you like, but it'll be at a -4.
Works for me.
I'll stab him, though.
I figured it went without saying that you're free to do it. That'll hit. 2 points of damage. Slapping away at this guy.
And like that, I have done as much damage as Ris'sh. I'm joking.
Well, he is dead.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
What?
I'm just kidding. He's not actually dead because he only did 20 damage, but it's still pretty good. Pretty damaged.
22 damage in 1 turn, I'll have you know.
Yes. He's just gonna channel. So, unless you get a lower than a 10 or a natural 1,
Yeah, I
you
can
take only 3.
Yeah, the only way I can get a 10 is if I get a natural 1. So
Yeah. These guys' channels aren't the greatest. It's literally what they do when they don't have any better option.
Yeah. Well, they're mooks. So they're supposed to be mooky.
So just move some dead guys around so they're not cluttering up real quick.
Mm-hmm. There's an entire video game about that.
Yep. And then one that is near Gogmert is gonna stay put and take a swing at him. Doesn't want to provoke from the big scary lion. That will miss. Gogmert, it is your turn.
Alright, gonna keep laying into this one.
Go for it.
Starting out with my bite attack.
Hey, that hits.
Then we will roll the unlikely grab.
Hey, that
21.
grabs him.
Alright, let me check something. Do I get Rake for Beast Shape right now?
I think that's a higher level beast shape than beast shape.
You only get it at B shape 3. Right now you get trip, pounce, grab, scent, low light, dark vision.
Alright. So
Does mean that you get pounce though, which is nice when you're B shaping into a lion.
Mhm.
So like when you're in more open spaces, just charge that shit.
Mm-hmm. So they are grappled, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright. 2 claws on him. 23 hits, so 8 more damage.
Mm-hmm. I believe the grappled will also reduce some of his AC. So let me double check something.
We've denied his dex.
Yeah, does that qualify for sneak attack?
Oh.
Consult the flowchart.
I don't think it normally does because I've got a build coming up in a future game that has an ability specifically when it's grappling, it qualifies as a sneak attack.
Okay, no, it doesn't make it hit, but it is grappled, but it still takes the 8 from the first claw.
Alright.
And then Scrimshaw and Tangletooth are just munching on some bodies. And Emanuele.
Sorry, I forgot it was my turn and I was trying to get a Kleenex out. So Emanuele's going to rush up the stairs following the action now that he thinks this is probably under control.
Okay, you can get about here. And then you're blocked by a conga line of bodies.
Could he double move and keep on going by?
Nope, because there's a enemy in the way, which I forgot to do last turn. So he is already stood up, but he didn't make an attack. I don't think.
Didn't he channel?
He channeled, yeah. Sorry, lots of bodies.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Usually why I
Emanuele,
number
you're kind of stuck there.
As he runs up and bumps into Fix, he goes, "Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bump. What's the holdup? Keep on moving."
Trying. Body in the way.
Explore your blooming puberty later. We got stuff to do.
On the other cultist turn, they're gonna flank Gogmert, and they're gonna try to sneak attack him. Which one will for 18 points of damage,
All right.
and the other one does not. Which, at this point, with where you are right now, everyone does hear the fighting in the room that you guys left Gogmert in.
Yeah. Ris'sh, if you want to check up on Gogmert, I think we can handle this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it is Ris'sh's turn.
Yeah, I was gonna peek around the corner either way. Not the greatest setup.
Maybe not for you.
Gogmert's got one in his mouth.
He has one cultist in
And
his mouth. The other
stabbed by the
two,
ones to his sides.
yeah, the other two are grabbing onto his mane, trying to desperately stab at him.
Well, I'd have it memorized. Might as well use it. Let us try to blind this one. And I'm an upcast, so DC will be 18. And he make it. They do that sometime.
Yeah, every now and then. I mean, he had a good chance at failing it. I just rolled well for one time in my life, which I wish I could do in other games.
Yep.
My rolling's gotten a little bit better lately. I can't really complain too much. I believe that's
Gogmert dies because you bitches decided to all leave the room at once.
Hey, I was the low damage one, and I left my buff, so don't look at me.
Lucilla.
Okay. I want to acrobatics through this guy's space.
Go for it.
25.
That'll make it.
All right. So I get here,
Mm-hmm.
and then I am going
That was
to...
double movement, so you took 20 feet to get to there.
20 feet?
Yeah, because it's 10 feet normal movement, but difficult terrain. to go
Oh,
through.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. Mental math. Either way, I'm not moving anymore. I'm just going to cold iron dagger him.
Go for it. That hits, and how do you kill him?
What it is as he was standing up for channeling energy, my whip is still around like his ankles, so I pull myself forward with that, not enough to trip him, but I slide him between his legs, and I stab up into his nuts as I'm going under, and as he's doubling over, I stand up and catch him underneath the chin.
Oof.
Damn it, Butters, you can't just go shooting guys in the nuts.
That's what I like to think of, too. You don't shoot people in the dick.
All right, ways clear, hustle up. Gogmert needs some help.
What? I thought that room was clear.
Well, there's more now.
Am I able to go this way, diagonally, or do I have to round the corner?
That's fine.
That's fine. Well, 5, 10, 15 to get there. 20.
You see a very hurt Gogmert lion, and be
Am I able to move through this score without falling through? Like,
If you treat it as difficult terrain, you can move through it without falling in. But if you try to just move normal speed, you have to make an acrobatics.
okay. Is it standard action to do the acrobatics or no?
No, you can just do it as part of your movement.
Okay,
But if you fail, you fall in.
obviously. Shit. Actually, no. I'll just go 5. Let's see.
It'd be generally quite comedic for you to immediately fail and fall
Right.
straight back down.
I think this is as far as I can get on my move action. So now it's a standard. I'll go ahead and
What's
use
your movement speed?
30. Oh, there. Okay. All right, and then I'll go ahead and use lay on hands on Gogmert just to try to get him back in a little bit better fighting shape as a standard.
Quickly, Gogmert, commence the not dead.
Heals him up for 10.
And that is my full turn.
Well, I'm not going to use it now for this fight because I begin forgetting until now. But these guys also have bleeding attack for their sneak attack, which they do bleed per round. I forgot about that, but I'm not going to continue with that for this fight because, again, I've been forgetting about the rest of it. So we'll just say they forgot too in the heat of fighting a giant fucking lion.
They didn't think lions bleed.
Or they're more taken aback on the side.
Oh my god, it can't bleed. You can't kill it.
That's a 10 to escape the grapple. I imagine that doesn't beat your CMD.
It does not.
So he is still grappled, and that was his action. Gogmert, your
Still-
mouth is full.
Yep.
As a
Right
note,
now.
you are also under the effect of Sanctuary at the moment. If you attack, that's broken.
So I do have to roll to maintain the grapple, right?
Yes.
Which is a +4 for me right now.
Or you can just drop the grapple and try to bite him again.
I can do the bite attack while he's grappled, right?
I don't know, can you?
Usually,
I'll allow it. You just
yeah,
not.
if you don't have the grab ability, you maintain. If you make that maintain, you can attack.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Especially since I'm just attacking this guy until he dies.
That grapples. That
All right.
maintains, rather. Because you also get a +4 to maintain, so. That'll hit. That'll not. That will not hit. Or that will hit, but will not confirm.
So just the 8 damage then?
Yeah.
So the 7 and the 8 damage.
Still up, but barely.
Just shaking this dude, but somehow he still keeps wiggling.
Emanuele.
All right, he's gonna keep heading upstairs. 5, 10. Which way did Ephixa go? Did he see that?
I point this direction towards this door over here.
15, 20, 25. Oh no.
You were just one behind me, so you should be able to get here.
Yeah, you can get
Can
into
you
the
go
door.
diagonal there?
Yeah.
What the hell?
He's a giant lion.
Oh, that's Gogmert. I was like, this is the worst big bad guy we've ever had to fight. Is the lion on our side?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Gogmert.
Oh, okay.
That's new.
That's new.
Look at the cultists with the skin faces. Those are the bad guys.
And with that, he looks at one and fires a shot.
That'll hit.
All right,
Which one
that
did
guy
you
right.
hit? Okay.
Which one's in his mouth?
The one down south.
Okay, then yeah, he'd shoot at that one.
Guys will hit. Their turn again. Let's see. See if they have anything else that I've been forgetting to do. Oh yeah. This one's going to 5 foot over, and both of them are going to use a move action as apparition appears as they are under the effect of copycat. And one's going to swing at Ephixa, and one at Gogmert.
All right. He needs to make a will save.
Against you?
Yeah, because I still have Sanctuary up for my lay on hands.
Okay.
That will not succeed.
And that just means he has to redirect his attack, or is his attack?
I think the target. I think it's wasted. Let's see what Sanctuary does specifically.
Yeah, look that up. That'll make a big difference, because otherwise, if he can redirect it,
Yeah.
that just means Gogmert's going to get it too.
Yeah. If the spell, let's see. If the save fails, the opponent can't follow through with the attack. Part of that action is lost.
Okay. Okay, so just the one on Gogmert then.
Oh, and can I say I gave covering fire to Gogmert? I always forget to say that.
Doesn't matter anyway. He misses.
Okay.
And Ris'sh, you're up.
How are your reflex saves, Gog?
They should be pretty good. Let me look. It is my second highest save behind
It
Will.
will be a -1 right now because of.
Oh yeah, because my
Shape.
dex is a little bit lower, so it's tied with my fortitude.
So it'd be a +7.
He's an agile cat. What do you think about doing?
Well, I did just get this shiny new create pit spell.
The thing is, I suspect these guys are also spry.
Yeah, because I've been hopping down between the floors.
Yeah. If I upcast it, it is an 18.
So on an 11, I would pass that.
Yeah, that's what I figured, 50-50. Could crease as well, but that's
No risk.
almost the same thing.
I forget,
That's
does
almost-
create pit make an extra dimensional pit?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask, because otherwise it just opens the floor and they all drop to the next level.
It'll drop them 30 feet if I cast it.
Yeah.
Which I think is the max. It is, so I should change how that is in a little bit. You know what? Screw it. Pit. Try shape. Wham. The problem is that you will have to make reflex saves if you are adjacent to it.
Mm-hmm.
In theory, you'll have two soft bodies to, help soften your landing if they fail.
True.
And you always
You
land
also
on
have
your
hero
feet in this
points.
form.
So that's just reflex save, right?
Yeah, with the DC of 18 because I upcast.
All right.
Well, one makes it out. Both make it out. And so does the party member, at least. At least they're not. Well, no, they're still flanking you.
You could have technically made a diamond shape. It's just a 10 by 10 square in the other direction.
True. Well,
That's how that.
Either way, they rolled high.
it ended how it ended.
Rolled an 18 and a 20.
Yeah, I kind of suspected something like this was going to happen. These guys have sneak attacks, so that means they're
Look, Kenneth,
rogues.
I
or
feel
something.
you with the battlefield control spells.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So these
Sometimes the walls don't go right.
it's not going to really hurt anyone to know. These are clerics 2, rogue 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It appears since they're doing, 2 dice of sneak attack.
Actually, next turn, I think I might just try to drag him into the pit.
I mean,
Just drop them in there.
If you've got him grappled, that's as long as you maintain, you can reposition.
Actually,
And
gonna
Yeah.
be
you can either reposition, pin, or attack.
And they won't get a save to avoid
You're
it.
on top of Emanuele, by the way, for Lucilla.
Yeah, I know I am. I just wanted to see what's in the room before I committed to movement.
Or under my leg.
Yeah. Let's see here.
You just go swinging underneath Emanuele. Not a rope, not a rope.
I don't know. Emanuele wasn't there to see what she did to the one guy, so otherwise he might think twice about her skirting underneath his legs.
That's
I guess
true.
I'll just
I
end my
heard it.
movement here. Unfortunately, no one's in a position to do any of the cool stuff I had in mind. Oh, there's a third one more than I expected.
I think, doesn't the pit spell also...
Beginning of turn, I believe.
Okay.
I'll double check.
Ending its turn on a square adjacent to the pit must make a reflex save.
Yeah. So yeah, but you get a +2 bonus to it.
Yeah, and I've already got a +10 to my reflex saves, so let me see.
What
just
could go wrong?
I know.
Bonus points if you use your action while you're falling to try to grab somebody around the leg and pull them down with you.
You shall not pass.
How far are these ropes dangling into the pits going down?
They're going down into the level below, and they're coming from the level above.
Awesome. I would like to cast Animate Rope on a rope from this pit here and command it to entangle this man here.
Oh, shit.
So let me double check. I know it does say it can entangle someone. I'm just going to look up what the actual rule for that would be.
Let's see.
Commands, coil and knot, loop, knot. The opposite of all these. You can give one command each round as a move
It
action.
must be thrown near the intended target.
Yeah, because it's really close.
Range touch roll. But can you use the trip line or cause a signal?
It looks like it's just a ranged touch roll.
Oh no, it's
effectively.
you have to make a range touch to get it in the area, but since it's dangling, it needs a reflex save to become entangled.
Okay.
So it'll be a reflex save on its part.
Yeah. So not my highest spell DC. That's going to be 15.
Let's find out. Hey, it is entangled.
Hey,
Nice.
caught by surprise.
A spell I've never seen used.
I
a cool
really
spell.
like Animate Rope. It's a fun level 1 spell because it always has a little bit more utility than you think it does. So yeah, I command it to entangle, and then next turn I'm going to have it not, but I can't do that right now.
And now go ahead and roll me that reflex save.
Okay. And
Whatever you roll +2. And you fall in the pit.
I'm
Oh,
going
God.
to tap another point and have a reroll. Why not?
Okay, last point. There you go.
Feel like that was a halfling. Whoa. Oh, I'm fine.
Nah, I just wrapped
So-
my whip around a hook right here and stabled myself, and then cast the spell, and he got tangled up.
So Lucilla is just in normal combat mode then.
Right.
Careful, Lucilla. Pit ahead.
5 foot step for
Flanking.
flanking. You still got your performance going on, Lucilla?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, in my defense, Emanuele, not exactly what I expected to find.
Yep.
And +2 for
Glad I told
flanking.
you.
And full weapon, or 2 weapon fighting.
Oh, miss, hit, and hit. First time this one's been hit, but still feels that pretty hard.
Do we still have haste?
No.
No, that was.
Oh,
That was a
a day.
previous.
Oh, okay.
That was a day ago. God.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if that was this fight or the last one.
Okay. The one that is grappled by Gogmert can't seem to get out of this. He's just going to channel negative energy. And everyone roll will save. If you don't get a natural 1, you'll take half. I think it should hit everybody.
Yep.
Wait, is it 20 or 30?
And the negative energy.
I think it's 30. Most stuff is 30.
It's 20, I believe, in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ris'sh doesn't have to roll then.
Okay.
Everyone else does, including his friends.
No, 30-foot radius.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's been a while since I've used channels.
I used it so much, I just knew Nasarima's was bigger than normal. So hers must have been 35.
Okay, and then Gogmert.
All right, he's going to roll to maintain. So
You'll have a +4 on top of what you roll, or you can add the 4 to it because it's to maintain.
I will add the 4 to it, so it's plus 11. I will use a hero point to reroll that.
Does not maintain.
Darn.
And does that take your turn to maintain when you have the grab ability? I think so.
I don't know.
That I don't know.
Or would I still be able to use grapple flowchart?
Maintain the grapple. If you fail, both parties lose grappled condition, and then your standard action ends. So you still have a move, or a swift, or a 5-foot.
There you go.
Maintaining is your grapple. If you maintain it successfully, then you have multiple options you do as part of that standard.
All right. In
So
that
he
case,
does break free then.
I guess I'll just move a little bit further away from the pit.
Oh, did they make
Yeah.
their saves to?
Well, one of them was grappled. That's why I didn't have him roll.
Ah,
But
No,
the other one
is
does need to roll.
entangled, so he can still fall in.
Nope.
The rogue's holding him straight up.
The
Yeah.
rope gives him stability.
Emmanuel.
What is this? Is this an obstacle?
Those are just it's stacked wood. Yeah. I let Lucilla run over it earlier because she's small, but you wouldn't be able to really walk
Okay.
over it.
Also, I was coming at it from the slanted side rather than the just end of it.
Yep.
It's also like 2 foot nothing.
Yeah. 3 feet exactly. I'll
You
have
can
you know.
slide back there, so I'm fine then. He'll take a pot shot at. Which one looks worse, this guy or that guy?
This guy looks the worst.
All right. Give a shot there. And give covering fire to Gogmert. Wait, is that within point blank? Yes.
And that kills it. And move.
And then move at. Well, no, he killed it, so he can't. It's his turn.
Okay. These cultists are gonna go. Entangled, I forget. You can still move or no?
I don't remember. Let me
He's
look
I
at
moving.
believe half speed.
Yeah, it has
Gotcha.
to.
-4. Okay. He is going to jump into the hole. That will provoke from Lucilla.
Okay.
What about Emanuele?
You don't have a melee weapon. You're ranged.
He wears a cestus.
Okay. Go ahead then. But you rolled a horn bow, so.
29.
All right, no, that was from last turn. I'm dumb.
3 piercing damage.
That hits. That hits.
Yeah, it's just slugging
Why
pretty
is
hard.
that so high? That's not supposed to be that high. It's 4 + 1 would be 5 damage.
Okay.
It's picking up deadly aim from my range.
Ah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the
All
reasons I have so
around.
many.
And this actually has a possibility of failing the acrobatics now with his penalty to.
Mhm.
No, he's fine.
He won't be in a second.
This one is going to follow suit, but this is going to provoke an attack from Ephixa and Gogmert.
All
Hit.
right.
Miss. He's pretty wounded, but still up.
Going for the bite.
That hits and finishes him off.
I didn't mean to roll that twice.
I just imagine him jumping in midair, then giant lion jaw just
Crunch.
Yeah, even like a laugh as he giggles at Ephixa, thinking he's going to get away.
Mm.
Lion jaws from off screen.
Also, all I need to do is take a move action on my next turn to command the rope around the guy to coil and knot, which is one of the commands, and then he's hogtied.
So it's just laying down there inchworming. This just became Scooby-Doo. We're about to unhood the cultist who's wrapped up in rope.
Yep. Listen, I can't do a lot of high damage, but I've been packing my utility items full.
You do kind of look like Thelma, or whichever one the
Velma,
redhead is.
yeah.
And Fix is the other one. Oh my god, and I'm that shit eater.
You mean
The preppy guy.
Fred?
Fred?
So wait, who's Shaggy?
Shaggy is Ris'sh, and Gogmert is Scooby. He's a lion.
I don't know. I think Scooby died in book 1, and I think that's Scrappy Doo.
Oh, God. Oh, man, a lot of hate on Fred in the world. I don't know what happened.
Anyway.
I suppose the question is, are they trying to flank again, or are they trying to escape?
Probably trying to escape.
Oh, that's going to be bad on them. I've got Juan holding guard out there, and I do believe the cats are as well. Shaggy Tooth and Tangle Smoot.
So as I'm moving through the hallway, could I pick up my crossbow, or?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, I believe, will get me to the base of the stairs on the... Assuming it's the same staircase.
Unless there's a way out of the bottom into the water. They took you away that
Be
way.
back there, but I could probably poke around and see that dude's still on the floor.
Yeah, he's not prone, but he doesn't look very great, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'll holster my crossbow as a action, since you let me pick it up on the move. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. And then it'll be Lucilla's turn.
Oh, boy. I'm getting really tired of running up and down the stairs. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to command the rope to coil and knot. So I guess would that just be like another reflex?
Yeah, I'll say another
save?
reflex save.
Yeah. Probably a penalty for being entangled.
Yeah, it'll have a -2 to it from the penalty to Dex.
Show me the good end.
He is now grappled and restrained.
Nice.
As like Ris'sh, you're kind of poking your head over, and you like still trying to make a run for it, and all of a sudden, the rope just completely hog ties him, and he falls down and prone.
I would like to then exchange my standard action into a move action, and I would like to grab one of these ropes, and I would like to rappel down to the first floor again.
It's all good because right now we are now out of combat because he is helpless.
I slide down, and then I put my foot on his back and do a Captain Morgan pose.
Okay.
And then he swallows a tooth, and what they write
quick! Rip his teeth out!
What they write into every RPG when they don't want you to interrogate someone.
Well, we've already established that they do have those cyanide pills.
I mean, come on, they could have made it more interesting, you know?
I mean, I could just try to club him in the head, but that's not exactly a lot of damage on my part.
It's still at least one more floor, too, but...
Why a cyanide pill when you could do a fireball bead?
Oh my god, could you
That's more
imagine
creative.
people
That
had
provides,
those?
That provides an environmental obstacle then.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyways, Gogmert's going to remain a lion for the time being until we're sure this place is cleared out.
It's going to be a little harder to get to next floors, by the way. Large
Well,
type.
I would make an argument that a lion could fit through a 5-foot square.
Yeah, he can squeeze. He won't
Yeah.
have his dex, but
You'll just be suffering from
Oh,
the same effects of Juan.
Either way, I'm going to roll this guy over and shout to Ris'sh to come over here and help me pry out his teeth.
All of them just to be safe.
They didn't even ask me any questions.
It is important to remember that cats can fit through any hole they can fit their head through.
Mm-hmm.
many animals can.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
kind of puts goblin cats way, way back.
So as you're getting down to he you can tell he's already immediately trying to go for the tooth, but you're able to easily see which one is the fake one, and yeah, if you guys work together, you can just pull it out of his mouth and keep him from doing it.
Yeah, because I think those ropes I put on him are still animated for.
Round per level. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would also have time just to fully tie him up with normal means using the rope.
Yeah, technically the ropes did tie itself as well, so it's in a great knot, and it's for another 3 rounds. So.
Yeah.
Consider yourself apprehended, good sir. I look over to like the throat slit, bloody pile of the last guy that fell down here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, it could have ended worse from you by comparison. Punctuated by the sound of ripping flesh of the cats eating outside.
Yeah, he's just muttering under his breath.
More painful, maybe. Not sure he considered this better.
You just hear him muttering under his breath of, Father Skinsaw, give me the strength to kill in your name, and just kind of repeats more or less the same.
Well, should we investigate 3rd floor?
Sure, but I think we should get like a cat or a snake to sit on this guy.
Cat good at that.
I'm already sticking my head out the window since Gogmert can't give orders right now, and said, "Juan, come inside," and meet him down there and tell him to guard that guy.
By the way, I know it's not technically per raw or whatever, but I will allow, since you're a dire lion right now, to communicate with your cats. Not like full-on conversations, but you'll still be able to give them commands.
All right.
All cats secretly speak the same language.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone
Which
else.
is Russian.
So, for perspective, this guy is now completely hog-tied up around arms and legs, and then surrounded with a snake.
Yep.
Still not the worst captive situation we've ever delivered.
Oh no, this is positively mundane, to be fair. Like, this is very humane capture practices.
I was referring to that one night that we just went around like, oh shit, fuck, oh, okay.
Yeah, put the cats over. Yeah.
I just put them all on this floor, so.
Alright, you want I should lead?
Yes.
I just come up the stairs here. Okay. Whew. Leg day. Let's keep going. I mean, if you think this is bad, it's like twice as many steps for me.
You can just put Gogmert in the new room whenever they open it, Richard.
Yeah, no worries.
Because I don't want to break your walls because he's too big.
It's all good. So, bringing you up. For some reason, they aligned the stairs a little bit weird. So we'll just say there's a turn as you go up.
Okay.
So you can kind of see what I mean.
Yeah.
So wait, hold on. Ignore that. I put you on the wrong floor.
Okay.
That's why it was fucked up, because you're on this floor.
Okay.
So you'll be like right there.
Yeah. Are there any doors on this floor?
From the angle you're at now,
Oh, if she was to move there.
you can actually see these aren't full-on walls. They only come to waist level. So
Yeah.
you see
Got
one
rails.
here and one here.
All right. Come on up, guys. So far, so clear.
Alright. I follow up.
Let me grab you one at a time so I don't break everything.
There's a door here and a door front where Ephixa is at.
Just clog the room with
Yep.
bodies.
Oh god, there's so many. There's room for one right there.
Don't mind if I do. Alright. Kick it open.
Ephixa will open this door.
Well, there's only one door on this wall.
Gotcha.
The other door I'll just reveal is next to Gogmert. The room of this floor is a thick carpet of sawdust with two large log splitters and saws set up over the openings on the floor.
Mm.
Another pair of openings is fitted with winches and ropes to raise and lower uncut lumber from below. You noticed that since you've dispatched a lot of the people working here, the water wheel sounds have slowed quite considerably, and you can tell that a lot of the machinery here is starting to slow down. So the perceptions are now only at a -2.
This
Looks
is where
like
your
just-
hospital
What's up? I'm
Is
sure there's
there-
no false floor.
Is there
That would be
another
terrible.
level above as far as like the continuation of these holes?
No, these are the top of the holes.
Okay.
You do know that there's another floor up,
Yeah.
but there's no more holes on the top floor.
Okay.
I'll give the cursory perception.
I like the detail that they actually showed the lumber that was on the floor below in that
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just kidding. Go ahead, everyone roll perception. I'm counting these as the whole floor rather than just the one room.
Yeah.
Make it easier.
If it makes any difference, I have a cantrip called Sift, which lets me search an entire room, all like an entire area all at once, rather than like because raw you're supposed to roll for like per bookcase per dresser, but
Mhm.
Sift lets you do it all at once.
I usually just let it by room, but I'm just having you
Yeah.
do the whole floor.
Yeah, I'm never gonna have you guys go by container problem.
Mhm.
So, Ris'sh, you're the one that finds it. You kind of make your way into this closet over here.
Mm-hmm.
And inside, you see what looks to be about 24 of these cultist robes. They all have various amounts of use on them. And then you see a barrel in the southern end of the closet. And you kind of open up the lid that's not sealed on it, and you see what looks like most likely either stolen goods or goods that didn't belong to them originally and that they just liberated from their victims. You see 3 bags, 3 vials, a crystal decanter set, and a tiny wooden box.
Guess I'll check the bags first.
There's 3 bags of 100 gold pieces each.
Mm.
You can roll a spellcraft or craft alchemy on the potions. They are 3 potions of bark skin.
Mm.
These bark skins give +3. These potions.
And
And
then-
then-
Bark skin lasts a long time.
And then for the rest of the stuff, they don't detect as magic. You can roll an appraise check for the rest of it. Okay, 13.
Mhm.
Looking them over, the decanter set looks like it could be worth about maybe 150 gold.
That's some fine decanting there.
And the tiny wooden box, you open it up. Go ahead and roll me another appraise check for this one. The box itself is pretty much meaningless, but as you open it up, you see 3 kind of poorly cut diamonds. But even so, each one of these diamonds is worth 200 gold pieces each.
Certainly making money, if nothing else.
Kenneth, are you on loot?
Yeah. All the 24 robes. We've how many have we killed today?
Half a dozen?
You've killed about a dozen.
Yeah.
Who knew investigating work was so fruitful?
Might
I mean-
be.
If you want to go undercover into a cult, we have the uniforms.
Might
It's not a bad idea.
just
This
going
makes me
off
think of Lucilla as like a kid dressed in like their father's robes.
No. You see, it'd be humiliating, but what we had to do is it's
Goblin on
Gogmert
top of
night.
halfling.
Yeah, there you go.
He needs to be the top because he can talk like a psychopath. And then I'll be the legs. And it would be the stupidest thing in the world. But
And
it would be
Conan
great.
the Barbarian will just put 2 robes on the snake.
Okay. But yeah, that is the extent of what you find on this floor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, shall we see if we find anything on the next floor before the end of session? Or
Do it.
It keeps
So-
going up.
just so we can get that nice roundabout moment?
Okay, everyone stop
Yeah,
moving
the
your tokens.
completion
I'm not
reward.
moving anymore.
Because I'm just going to bring people up as I go, because trying hard not to break the map, but it's
Mhm.
very easy to
Really?
do.
Really want the completion reward.
I'm not going to bother bringing up the cat at the moment, but
Yeah, don't worry about it. They're guarding down here. Make sure we're not flanked.
They're guarding.
so as you enter this room and look around, give you the flavor text of it. A thick layer of sawdust also covers the floor here, mounded nearly a foot deep in some places. Workbenches sit here and there, their surfaces cluttered with saws, hand drills, planners, and other woodworking tools. As you enter this room, it's very quiet. This high up, the sound of the water wheel is very drowned out by the layers of flooring. And you hear a voice speak up from the room right here. There's a double door right here.
Mm.
I'm on
I
GM
can
here.
see you.
Yeah, right here.
There you go.
He's like, I was wondering if you were going to find my little abode. It seems Aldern wasn't worth his salt. And I'm going to reveal. Ephixa, you're really the only one that gets a clear picture of this as you see Justice Ironbriar standing in the doorway. If
Wait,
you don't,
who was he?
he was the one that came and took Pseudo and the other 2 prisoners from
Yep.
Sandpoint.
Yep.
To take them to stand trial.
The guy who was very inquisitorial-like. That we met at the gates. I remember.
Well, that begs the question of if he killed them for fun or if they're still roaming around.
Mm.
Or if he
Yeah.
actually did deliver them to justice.
But yeah, as he says this, and he's like, suppose I must deal with you myself, as he slips on a mask, which looks similar to the other ones, but is a little bit more menacing. The skin has been actually blackened in some points from necrotic energy. And it has almost like a scarecrow's stitched smile across it.
Oof.
As 2 more doors open and stand coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And that is
Oh.
where we will end the session.